The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is presented by the Ohio Veterinary Medical Center, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, Dublin Valley Farms, Stable.ca, and Midland Acres. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Good evening, racing fans, and thanks for joining us. Here we are, day 2 of Hardin County Fair up in Kenton, Ohio. I do have, well, obviously myself. Here I am, Ashley Daly, and beside me I have Tom Pye and Frank Roz behind the camera this evening.
And with me, Ashley, you can say you are by yourself, but no.
The Rose.
This is second day of Hardin County Fair. Beautiful Kenton, Ohio.
She's the rose between two thorns.
Absolutely.
Where's the picture when you need it? We need a photographer on the opposit side. But Tom, you did. It is a beautiful day, kind of. We do have Frank with us. There's some rain.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess, I don't know if this is the north side of the track. How do I want to say that? But we do have a little bit of rain, just some light mist right now, but the sun is shining behind us.
That's the west.
All right, I'll take your
The
word
west,
for
well,
it.
That's Indiana over this way. You know, it's actually we have 64 entries at tonight's card. They've got 37 pacers and 27 trotters. We'll break that down to 19 two-year-olds pacers and 23-year-old pacers, 16 two-year-old trotters, and 11 three-year-old trotters.
And it should be all boys tonight, right?
All boys. This is the boys' night out. Last night we had the ladies' night. It was a great night. One of the things we had with the signature or the free-for-all, we had a new track record, all-time pacing record, 1:56.1, and it eclipsed the old record by 1/5 of a second. 1/5 of a second is a blink of an eye.
So hopefully that means we'll see even faster miles tonight from our boys, and hopefully we'll see some divisional and possibly maybe that all-age record, they will fall again.
Suspense is killing me.
Well, we do have a couple on the track headed into the first race. Tom, we have a very full field of 7. We do only score 6 wide here at Kenton, so we will have a trailer with that 7 horse. We can go right into it to make sure we have enough time to discuss everybody. The first division for 2-year-old Colt Pacers, a purse of $4,923.
Number 1 is Sparky's Desire. Pierce Henry will be driving. This is Tyler Tinch in a pinch trainee. It's a 2-year-old Colt Couture gelding by Western Terra out of Rap Smith Frisky by Phil and Frisky. It's owned by William Myers of Xenia, Ohio. And it's for the year, it is 9 starts, 2 wins, 4 seconds, no thirds. A mark at Eaton of 2-1 and 2, and shows 2 miles and 59 and 3 at Greenville and 59 at Troy. Very good. Already at $10,806 at the card. And Sparky's Desire is looking to add a little more spark. Number 2.
Scott Sisko will drive Secret Fire for Jim Arledge Jr., owned by James Arledge of Orient, Ohio. This is a 2-year-old gelding by Catch the Fire out of the Big Jim mare, Secret's sister. This is one with 7 lifetime starts, still looking for the first win, however, has hit the board 4 times. Most recently, the best finish came in a second-place finish at Chillicothe Mile in 2:02.1. Taking a little bit further look back in the lines, however, at Scioto Downs, kind of mid-July, did start in a Buckeye Stallion series and put up a mile of 1:55.4 with Ron Gillespie in the bike. Final quarter in 28.4. This Colt has put up almost $4,000 lifetime.
Number 3 is Romeo's Request. Mike Palamas, trainee. He's by Rodeo Romeo by Request to Win by Capital Request. It's owned by Martin Schoenen of Cincinnati. 7 starts this year. It hasn't hit the board. Ron Gillespie is in the sulky. We shall look at his best time, 2:02 and 4. That was last week at Findlay. Here's a first race coming on the track.
By HSLC. Upfield is 7. These are the horses for tonight's first race. Number 1 is Sparky's Desire, driven by Pierce Henry. Number 2, Secret Fire, the driver Scott Cisco. The 3, Romeo's Request, Ronnie Gillespie driving. David Ward drives the 4, Macon Moonshine. Number 5 is Lord Bridgerton with Jason Beatty. And number 6, Andre L., Hank Levan. And number 7 is Beachmaster Keen, Jeff Nysonger in the sulky. When placed.
So there we go, the post parade. Finishing our thoughts, Tom, were you still talking about rodeos?
Romeo's Request is looking to hit the board. Ronnie Gillespie in the sulky. Number 4 is Macon Moonshine.
David Ward drives Macon Moonshine for Deborah Schwartz, owned by Bradley Delaney of Wilmington, also bred by Delaney alongside Scott Allball. Another one that has 10 lifetime starts but still looking for that first win, has had 3 second-place finishes and 2 third-place finishes. Most recently at Scioto did finish third, a mile 1:54 and 3, final quarter in 28. However, last second-place finish did come back at Greenville in 1:59 and 4.
Number 5 is Lord Bridgerton. And this is the second half of the Lady and Lord Bridgerton from Netflix. His little plug for him. This is Brian George's trainee. It's gelding by the Panda Rosa out of No Picnic out of Badlands, Hanover, by Badlands, Hanover. 10 starts in the year, 4 seconds, 4 thirds. Marked down at Pike. Ton of 158 and 1, 15,000 his card. Shows he did it last week at Findlay. Did not race that well. He had coming off of a couple of seconds and 3 wins, but he's had been scratched sick the week before, so they need a little time to rebound. Number 6 is...
We have Andre L. Hank Levan drives and trains his 2-year-old gelding by Lather Up out of a Some Beach Somewhere mare. Has hit the board 9 of 10 starts this season to make almost $15,000 at one time. Andrea was just a purchase of $7,000 out of the Blooded Horse sale. I will say 3 starts back, did start in the Buckeye Stallion Series, didn't hit the board, but still went at Urbana in 2:04 for a 4th place finish. Another back from that was a winner at Eaton in 2:03 and 2.
Number 7's Beachmaster Keen. This is a Mark Winters trainee. It's a 2-year-old gelding by Bring on the Beach out of Keen Allure by Ponda. We'll think about that. It's owned by Mitchell Bean, Jerry McGraw, and Maria Shahan. And 10 starts this year, 2 seconds, 2 wins, 3 seconds, 1 third, $10,000. Marked down at Piketon, which is way back on the 27th of August. 2 minutes and 4/5. Has made a couple of breaks, four breaks in a row, and last week was distance, so there's a little remedial work to be done. But the 7th starts from the 2nd tier. That's our field for tonight's first. They are mulling behind the gate. In fact, they're heading to the Mike Webkenborg starting gate.
If you do want to follow along, I failed to mention, please head on over to harnessracingohio.com. You guys know the spiel. That program is free and available to you about an hour before every single post, so head on there as Tom and I continue with all 11 races for the evening. However, we are moving into position this field of 7, the first division of 2-year-old Colt Pacers. Here is Doug Ballinger with the call.
Gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. Be rough and pacing that Secret Fire going for the lead. Making Moonshine comes out in second. Third on the outside, Lord Bridgerton, Romeo's Request racing fourth. On the outside as they move into the turn, Andre L. Sparky's Desire is sixth. Making Moonshine on the outside, down the backside. Beachmaster King trailing the field. The leader, Secret Fire, 2-0 trip to Making Moonshine. 2 back to Lord Bridgerton, third. Fourth is Andre L. Hung on the outside. Beachmaster King, the long mile. Inside Romeo's Request and Sparky's Desire trails the field seventh as they race by the opening quarter. They're there in 29-2. Around the turn to the 3/8 they go, showing away. Scott Cisco with Secret Fire. Second is Making Moonshine. Racing third, Lord Bridgerton. On the outside, Master Keen looking for a pylon to the outside. Romeo's Request fifth. Andre out sixth. Sparky's Desire trails the field. 5 in, 2 moving on the outside at the half. Secret Fire and Scott Cisco have the field of Pacers halfway home in 59-4. Making Moonshine right there second. First up, Beachmaster Keen racing pen to the inside as Lord Bridgerton the outside. Romeo's Request moving to the outside. Sparky's Desire and the trader now, Andre Al. Down the backside for the final time. Secret Fire is the target. Second, Making Moonshine. Beachmaster King third. Fourth, Lord Bridgerton. Racing fifth, Sparky's Desire. Andre Al is sixth as they race around the turn, the 3/4, 129. And Secret Fire has the lead by 2. Making Moonshine right turn ready to come to the outside. Lord Bridgerton is third. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. It is Secret Fire. Coming to the line, Secret Fire. Making Moonshine, Lord Bridgerton. The mile, 1:59.
1:59 flat to open us up here at Hardin County. Secret Fire, gate to wire, the first lifetime win for this 2-year-old gelding.
And that was the second time Scott Cisco has driven the little gelding. Last week was at Findlay was the first, and he got to know the horse, and he put him where he went by the half. They were 2-4-5, and they finished 2-4-5. They went to third quarter down the half in 59-4, and the third quarter in 29-1, and come home in 30 seconds flat. A nice mile to start. I think, as you were right, Kimberly.
Wrong one, but close enough.
You were right, Ashley. We're going to see some good miles.
We are, and this field, honestly, Secret Fire, I don't want to say came out of nowhere, but definitely wasn't the favorite. Hitting the board, went off 11-1.
Ooh.
So hopefully somebody made some money out there. I'm sure they did, because we had all kinds of talent in this field, and I'm sure we will see that throughout the night, but I do unofficially have them across the wire 2-4-5-7.
That's exactly how they went by the half, too.
I'm sure maybe Mark Winters and Jeff Nysonger, he is finally back in the sulky for Beachmaster King. Seemed to be a much better mile for him than he has recently been putting out.
Yes, he stayed flat. He's had 4 breaks in a row.
Here is Scotty Cisco back into the front of the grandstands for his win photo.
Blanket by HSLC. Number 2, Secret Fire. The 2-year-old brown gelded son of Catch the Fire out of the Big Jim mare. Secret Sister. Home of Jim Arledge, Orion, Ohio. Jim Arledge Jr. trains. Scott Cisco drives the winner of the mile, 1:59. Blanket by HSLC, their trackside with the presentation of the blanket. Results are official. Number 1, Sparky's Desire, 5. 2, Secret Fire, the winner. 3, Romeo's Request, 7. 4, Making Moonshine, 2. Number 5, Lord Bridgerton at 3. 6, Andre L, 6. The 7, Beachmaster King, 4. The time, 1:59. The quarter, 29-2. The half, 59-4. 3/4, 129. 5-1-7. 2, 3, 6, 4 on the bottom.
That is our first race. We'll be coming up to the second race. This is a 2-year-old Colt Trot. 2 divisions. The first divisions, I should say 3 divisions. This total purse is $13,416. This division goes to $4,472. There are 6 horses in it. We have 3 driver changes, but Ashley and I will be back after these few messages.
The first Hardin County Fair in Kenton, Ohio was held in the fall of 1851. Like many others, the fair was hosted by the County Agricultural Society. Society members organized the event to celebrate the end of harvest. Early crowds arrived on foot or by horse. The fair was a social event, with families arriving in the morning and staying through dusk. Livestock, crop, jellies, flowers, along with many other products, were displayed for judging. The Hardin County Fair grew quickly, and by 1869, the Agricultural Society purchased a property known as a trotting park. The move prompted harness racing to become the main attraction. Less than 2 decades later, a new half-mile racetrack was installed and reported to be one of the finest in Ohio. Lights would be added in the 1960s to include night racing. The fair would begin to host 3 days and 3 nights of harness racing. Today, the Hardin County Fair is a member of the Ohio Colt Racing Association. They host one afternoon of live-action racing.
Hi, I'm Dean Gillespie, and I want to tell you about the Ohio Colt Racing Association. There's 19 member fairs, and they sponsor the Partial Futurity in Greenville, Ohio. You need to race in the OCRA. Great racetracks, great people. Bring the kids and come out to the fair, and remember, fair time is fun time.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
And
Tom?
hi.
Well, listen, you take it.
You take it.
I was just going to say, Tom, here we are.
Yes, we're back. So I was going to say we're back here at the Hardin County Fair in beautiful Kenton, Ohio. If you go onto Wikipedia, or what do they call it, it says not to be confused with Canton, Ohio. Kenton, Canton, I don't know. I'll get confused between before the night's over.
But that's what I'm here for.
Yes.
That's what I'm here
You're
for.
my relief pitcher. They always say, you'll step in there.
We are going to head into the second race. However, Tom, we didn't talk much about how the board's lit up. So I do want to mention, just kind of turning the page back really quick. So, of course, we went official for that first race. Secret Fire, our winner, paid $25.80. The trifecta, 245, paid $116.20.
That's a nice night's pay. Now this I haven't heard the daily. I don't know if Doug gives the Daily Devil probables. Does he?
I don't think so.
I don't think he does. But
At least not to the public.
no.
And we don't get any insides either.
We're up here on a little crow's nest. It's a look like a very an overlay in the first, and he's 1-5 is Amazing Tom. Amazing Tom has 9 wins and 12 starts, 1 second, 1 third. He is one of the leading trotters, 2-year-old Colt trotters in the country presently at this time.
Ohio Colt Racing Association 2-year-old Colt Trot for $4,472. Sponsored by Hardin County Veteran Service. Number 1, Amazing Tom with Ronnie Gillespie. The 2, Are You Lucky? Russell Sports drives. 3, Full Moon How? Randy Smith. The 4 is Uncle Rat with driver Pierce Henry. 5, Go Joey Al, Hank Levan, and the 6, Jet Wing, Scott Cisco in the sulky. Win, place, show, exact, to Quinella, trifecta.
Did you have any more thoughts on Amazing Tom? Or do
No,
you want
you
me to
can
go through?
start out with Amazing Tom.
All right, perfect. So Amazing Tom, Ron Gillespie will drive for Dan Cribahany. Dan does own Amazing Tom alongside Mary Cribahany of Richwood, Ohio. We did just see him win a handful of days ago at Richwood, his home track in 201 flat. He's a very good black Colt. So when we went through our post parade, very flashy. By long, Tom actually has hit the board 11 of 12 starts this year. As Tom had mentioned, he is very clearly on a nice win streak. This year alone, he is almost to $40,000 in earning. Just last year, he was a purchase out of the Buckeye Classic sale for $9,500.
Ka-ching, bargain basement, bargain time. Number 2 is Are You Lucky? This is a Deborah Schwartz trainee. 2-year-old Colt by Marseille out of Coles. Yeah, I'm time to get the lights. Siva's Baby by Conway Hall. 10 starts this year, no wins, no seconds, 6 thirds. Owned by Deborah Schwartz of New Carlisle, Ohio. Russell Schwartz is in the sulky. He's the Misters, and this Colt has shows a best time of 2-3-1, and that was at Greenville, and has been 2/3 in a row. It's time to hit the board for Are You Lucky? Number 3.
Randy Smith will now drive Full Moon How for Jessica Smith. This is a 2-year-old gelding by Full Count, owned by his daughter Madison, and Jessica herself has hit the board quite a few times, we'll say. In 11 starts, has had 4 wins, 2 seconds, and 3 third-place finishes. Does have a pair of wins the last 2 starts, does show the better time at Findlay in 202 flat. However, taking 3 starts back at Scioto Downs in a Buckeye Stallion Series, did finish 3rd and won 58-3. Full Moon How has made $25,000 so far.
And a Blooded Horse Sale yearling of $3,800. Number 4 is Uncle Rat. This is a Bruce Walls trainee by Uncle Peter. The Royal Illusions by RC Royalty, owned by Dalton and Bruce Walls of Greenville, Ohio. Tonight gets its driving services of Pierce Henry. This is the first time in front of the grandstand for the youngster, so good luck. Number 5 is
Go Joey L. Hank Levan drives and trains for the Levan Stables, Normoth Racing, and Megan Levan and Deem Racing of Woodstock, Ohio. This is a gelding by What the Hill. Has hit the board 6 of 14 starts this year. Most recently, his last 3 starts, he has taken some trouble, had some early miscues. However, if we look a little bit deeper back, he did win, was second at Bucyrus. Tried to go wire to wire, but was just taken over at the top of the stretch. Went the mile at Bucyrus in 2:07 and 2. Has made $9,800 this year.
And number 6 is Jet Wing, driven by Scott Cisco for Virgil Morgan Jr. 2-year-old gelding by What the Hill out of Shimama. Out of Learjet, by Julia Jet. 9 starts this year, 2 wins, 3 seconds, 3 thirds. Just a little bit over 18,000. It was Ohio Select yearling of, is that 85,000?
It is, you are correct.
Woo! And, but shows nothing but first and seconds on the board. Good card. Best time on the board on the card is 2-3-3, and that was at Urbana. Well, Ashley Daly, this looks like we're talking about trifecta. This looks like a trifecta box for us. 1, 3, 6. Pick up sticks.
But you never know, Tom. That's why we race horses. Right?
That's it.
You had mentioned you keep better stats, than I do. So our lines show 8 wins in a row for Amazing Tom. That's all our program shows. Do you know if it's more than that? If it's all 9?
I think that might be eight in a
Okay.
row. No, make that 9th. It is 9 in a row.
So we're looking
For 10 in a
for
row.
10 in a row for Amazing Tom. He is currently sitting, as expected, the 1-5 favorite in this field of 6.
Now 10 in a row where?
In Ohio.
Yeah.
I don't really have the knack for it like Roger does, but I'll suffice for now, I guess.
Sounds good to me.
We are moving in behind the Mike Webkenberg starting gate, the field of 6 from the rail out. Amazing Tom, Are You Lucky? Full Moon How, Uncle Rat, Go, Joey L, and Jet Wings.
Shall we get an upset? Shall we go with Full Moon Howl? Oh!
He can do it. This is a nice little field. You know, Amazing Tom, he can also go 10 in a row. I wouldn't mind seeing it, but crazier things have happened. We've had long shot winners.
Here's Doug Ballinger for the call of the second from Kenton, Ohio.
Off stride before the start, the 1, Amazing Tom. They're up then trotting. That's Full Moon How going right out for the lead. Racing second is Jet Wings as they race around the turn. Coming out in third, Are You Lucky? Go Joey out fourth. Uncle Rat fifth. Amazing Tom after that miscue trails the field as they head up the backside. Full Moon How shows the way. Jet Wings right there second, racing third. Are You Lucky? Fourth is Go Joey L. Fifth is Uncle Rat. Trailing the field, Amazing Tom as they race by the opening quarter. Full Moon How has the lead into the turn. Jet Wings is next by the quarter, 30 and up fifth. Round the turn to the 3/8 they go, racing third. That is Are You Lucky? Racing fourth, Go Joey L. Uncle Rad is fifth and moving to the outside. Here comes Amazing Tom. Now sixth, now fifth to the outside. Passing the stands first time, coming to the half. Full Moon How shows the way. Jet Wings is next. Are You Lucky? On the outside, Amazing Tom. Now fourth and set out after those leaders. Go Joey out to the inside, fifth. Moving to the outside, Uncle Rat halfway home, 101 and 2/5. To the 5/8 they trot. Full Moon How has the lead. On the outside, Amazing Tom is on the leader's wheel. Racing third, Jet Wings. Fourth to the outside, Uncle Rat going to the 3/4. Are You Lucky? Off stride, just a slight miscue for Full Moon How. That's Amazing Tom to grab the lead into the far turn. On the outside, around the turn, Are You Lucky? 3/4, 131 and 4 with an 1/8 of a mile to trot. Amazing Tom has the lead as they come off the turn. On the outside, racing second. Here comes Uncle Rat. 3 wide, Jet Wings. Down the stretch, a trot. On the outside, it is Uncle Rat. Coming to the line, Uncle Rat between horses. Full Moon How may have got up for second. The mile, 2:01, 2/5.
Wow.
What an upset, Tom. This is, we're off to a great night of racing, and what did I say? You never know what's going to happen. That's why we race horses. Uncle Tom made a very early miscue, uncharacteristic. Looking at his lines, the horse doesn't do that.
No.
So what exactly happened behind the gate? I will say I did not see it in time, but great mile put in by Full Moon How, but Uncle Rat, first lifetime start, didn't know what to expect coming out here, and just got it done. Got it done in impressive fashion and upsets a major streak.
Major. I'm almost speechless. That's impossible. I don't believe that. but Uncle Rat is like, as I said, first time in front of the grandstand, in front of the crowd.
Oh, sorry, Tom, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You go right ahead.
And I was going to say, so coming in from the grandstand for the first time, I had mentioned how good looking I thought Amazing Tom is, for a big black trotter. And coming in front of the grandstand, I was noticing Amazing Tom, but then Uncle Uncle Rat was taking his cover, so he was coming right along with him. I was like, wow, what a nice looking trotter too. And here he is.
Both by, Uncle Rat is by Uncle Peter. Mason Tom's by Long Tom. But this is, again, a major
The second
upset.
race.
Pierce
Ohio
Henry.
Racing Association 2-year-old Colt Trot. Number 4, Uncle Rat, the 2-year-old bay-gelded son of Uncle Peter. Of the RC Royalty Mare Royal Illusions. Owned by partnership of Dalton and Bruce Walls of Greenville. Bruce Walls trains. Pierce Henry drives the winner. First career start. And it's a winning one for Uncle Rat, the mile. 2:01, 2/5, the final half in 1 minute. Blanket by Hardin County Veteran Service Commission. Now watch very closely when you cross the track to go back. Watch very closely when you go back across the track. Results are official. Number 1, Amazing Tom. 4, 2, Are You Lucky? 5, the 3, Full Moon Howl. 2, 4, Uncle Rap, the winner. 5, Go Joey L. 6, number 6, Check Wings. 3, the time 2:01, 2/5. 30 1/5, 1:01 and 2, 1:31 and 4, 4:52, 1:63 on the bottom.
There was part of the Walls team we did see in the winner's circle. I should text Dalton and ask, why the name Uncle Rat? What a name.
You know, it's you hope that he doesn't live up to that, but
he did tonight. I will say though, I'm sure they, didn't quite know what to expect because they obviously started him later than a lot of our 2-year-olds. A lot of our 2-year-olds do kind of get their first lifetime start around July 4th. That's kind of what we aim for. But here we are, early September. But he made his first race a winning one.
may save the best for last. But it was quite an upset. It did pay $18.60, and the exacta was an all 3, daily double 2 all, try refund. Nobody had it. The Quinella though paid $44. So somebody had some money on it. It wasn't when you see in the program it says NTS, that means no tickets sold. But somebody had that. A great upset. And another second great mile.
And, before we go to commercial, I do want to give Dalton it was trained by his dad, Bruce Walls. Dalton and Bruce do own. And Dalton is only, I think, 25, 26. He can always put together a really nice trotter. And I'm assuming at this point he picks that up from his dad. They've had great success, especially with young trotters, over a handful of years.
Well, if you know how to rig a trotter up, you'll come up with good ones.
Well, I guess they have figured it out. They've had some success on all levels of Ohio racing. But we are going to turn the page, headed next into the third race, the first division of 3-year-old Colt Pacers, a field of 6 Tom and I will get into after a couple of messages from our sponsors.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, racehorses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries are now open. For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 13th.
Thanks for joining us. Here we are, day 2 up at the Hardin County Fair in Kenton. Tom, that last race got me excited.
Yes, this is going to be a good night. We're going to see some great racing. Horses finished second in there, Full Moon Howl, and I gave that little ow. And if you folks, the older folks, you must remember Wolfman Jack. He was on the air for 3 decades, and he was known for his gravelly voice. Yeah, you're digging me like I'm digging you. But he was very popular. Everyone styled after him with the goatee and the long hair. But I first saw him and heard about him. I was up in Saratoga in 1974. And that was first year I saw Grand Circuit racing. Wolfman Jack appeared up there. They had him as a guest. They were came in on a horse, a Palomino. And, of course, he was late then. He wasn't out of shape. But his real name was Robert Weston Smith. He was from Brooklyn. But that night, that season at Saratoga with the Grand Circuit, Handled with Care as a 2-year-old came in there, one of the greatest mares that ever was. And then the next, she came back as a 3-year-old. Then the next year came 2 fillies by Most Happy Fella, his first crop. And I'm sure you folks remember Silk Stockings and Tarport Hap. And those, to me, were the 3 greatest mares at that era there ever was. And that was Wolfman Jack. I thought he died to go in heaven. I see all these great races. See the Wolfman. Ow! I even was sporting a goatee back in those days. But that's Full Moon Howl. And in memory of Robert Weston Smith.
We did.
Ashley.
Yeah.
Let's go back to racing. Well, that was a bit little about racing.
No, absolutely. We've put up some nice little miles already very early on. Well, of course, yesterday we did have the all-age pacing record fall to Robbins Art. I've seen some nice little miles already today. Do want to mention, I don't believe this track trains year-round.
No, there is. There was. I was talking to someone, and there is definitely a person here that jogs and trains.
Okay, because I was going to say, we weren't positive if anybody was here full time. I'm sure maybe we've got some commenters in our audience that may know 100% over ourselves. We don't know, they know. But I was going to say, to see these kinds of miles on this track that really sets 63 days a year is very impressive.
And they have the equipment. You see the tractors. They have the steamroller. Time that here we are for the post parade.
Field is 6, the 1 SMU Go, driven by Scott Cisco. Number 2 is Dance Champ with Doc Holliday. 3 Margarita Shot, Mark St. Louis Jr. driving. Number 4 is Western Damage with driver Hank Levan. 5 Obi-Wan Kobe, Jeff Nysonger. And number 6, My Handsome Man, Pierce Henry in the sulky. Win Place Show Exacta, Quinella, Trifecta. They're going to the gate in just 3 minutes.
All right. Well, we heard it there. We've got 3 minutes to get through them.
Quickly. Schnell, Box Schnell. Let her rip.
So on the rail, we have SM Hugo Scott Cisco looking for his double on the day, trained by Mike Meters, a brown 3-year-old gelding by Bit of a Legend in. Has had 10 starts on the year. Lifetime, though, is still looking for the first win ever. Was very lightly started as a 2-year-old last year. Just had 3 starts on the track. Has hit the board a couple of times here as a sophomore. Most recently had a 3rd place finish up at Burton, 2:05 and 3. Taking a look further back into lines, however, at Northfield for the Summit County Fair. Did have a 2nd place finish in 1:57 and 2.
Number 2 is Dance Champ. It's a Ken Holiday trainee for Renee Polesco and Alan Akes and Jamie Buskist. And Ken Holiday is driving. Dance champ, 7 wins, 7 starts, no wins, no seconds, 2/3, only 1,800. His 11 starts lifetime had not hit the winner's circle, but shows these past 3 weeks. Smiles in 57, was third, fourth and fifth, faced in 58 and 2, and was eighth in a claiming non-winners of maiden at Scioto, and 56 and 1. Has the speed, but they got a lot of competition. They have a tough. Number 3 is
3 Margarita Shot. Mark St. Louis Jr. has picked on the Randy Smith trainee. This is a gelding by Pet Rock out of a Real Desire mare, Real Love, owned by Jessica Smith of Xenia, Ohio. Most recently at Scioto Downs, did start in a Buckeye Stallion series, was just out of the money, did place 6. However, do want to mention, went that mile in 1:52 and 2, final quarter 27 and 2. Taking a few weeks back, this little horse was on a win streak, did have at least 4 in a row at Urbana, did start in just the regular 3-year-old stakes, and 1:56 and 3 was a winner. Lifetime has made $55,000.
nice Ohio Select yearling of 14,000. Number 4 is Western Damage, Scott Ferguson trainee. It's a 3-year-old by Western Vintage out of Real by Real Desire, owned by the Toop Stable of LLC of New Carlisle, Ohio. 12 starts this year. 12 starts this year. No wins, 2 seconds, 3/3. Does have a win at Dayton last year, 56 and 2. 22 lifetime starts. Has been in 57 and 3. Number 5.
Number 5, Obi-Wan Kobe Jeff Nysonger trains and drives this 3-year-old by Fear the Dragon. 2 starts back at Lima, did have a 3rd place finish in 1:57 and 3. 18 starts on the year with 3 wins, 1 second, and 2 3rd place finishes.
And number 6 is My Handsome Man with Pierce Henry. John Fitzgerald owns, trains, and breeds this 3-year-old colt by gelding by Racing Hill out of Bub Bums. Jenna's Beach Boy has a mark of Napoleon at 2, 1, and 4. And they are behind the gate for the 3rd race. Here is Doug Ballinger from Kenton, Ohio.
Obi-Wan Kobe on the outside. My Handsome Man. They're all in behind the Wepkenburg starting gate. Here they come. They're up and pacing. That's 3 Margarita Shot for the lead. Dance Champ to the inside. SM Hugo comes out in 3rd. Western Damage is 4th. Obi-Wan Kobe 5th. My Handsome Man trails the field at the opening 8th. Mark St. Louis Jr. and 3 Margarita Shot have a 3-length lead over Dance Champ as they head up the backside. SM Hugo next in 3rd. Western Damage 4th. Obi-Wan Kobe 5th. My Handsome Man trailing the field. Straight alignment. Field is covered by some 7 to 8 lengths. At the opening quarter, 3 Margarita Shot has the Pacers by that mark in 30 and 2/5 around the turn. Racing second is Dance Champ. SM Hugo 3rd, 4th Western Damage, 5th Obi-Wan Kobe, and My Handsome Man trails the field. Passing the stand for the first time and coming to the halfway point. It's 3 Margarita Shot with a 2-length lead. Dance Champ getting that 2-hole trip. SM Hugo 3rd, Western Damage 4th, Obi-Wan Kobe 5th, and My Handsome Man continues to trail the field. They're halfway home in 1 and 4/5 as they head to the 5/8. 3 Margarita Shot extends the lead to 3, now 4. Dance Champ coming to the outside. SM Hugo, Western Damage on the outside. Obi-Wan Kobe tucked away 5th, trailing the field. My Handsome Man going to the 3/4. 3 Margarita Shot but 4 lengths. SM Hugo 2nd, Dance Champ 3rd. Western Damage the outside 4th. Obi-Wan Kobe 5th. My Handsome Man trails 3/4, 1:30 and 2/5 into the far turn. 3 Margarita Shot by 6, now 7 off the turn. They're on their way home. 3 Margarita Shot opens up with each and every stride, now by 8. SM Hugo is 2nd, coming to the line. 3 Margarita Shot. 158, 1/5.
Woo! Ashley Daly, that's the last quarter in unofficial 27-4 for 27-4, I believe.
I do. There was a super equally rated mile until he finally did open up. And that last quarter, I do have them unofficially across the wire, 3-1-4-5. Impressive, though. Mark St. Louis Jr. did not ask really anything from 3 margarita shot. He just made sure, coming from the 3/4 pole, he had his attention. That was all he asked of him.
And they went the third quarter in 29-3. 27-4. They go, ooh, this is mathematics. What's the last half? 57-3. And he just had that. He was riding, just shaking the lines just a little bit. He had a firm grip of 3 margarita shot.
Makes for the 8th win for 3 margarita shot in just 19 tries.
And she was a Ohio Select yearling purchase of $14,000 for Jessica Smith of Xenia, Ohio.
If you really start paying attention to either Jessica or Randy, they are husband and wife. Each of them train kind of their own horses, at least under their own name. They really know how to have an REI on horses, return on investment. They do buy horses that don't cost $50,000, but they can make them something, and 3 margarita shot is just a prime example of that.
Now, and they have their whole family. I believe they have 4 girls, or
I know of at least 3. At least 3 girls, I'm not positive, but here we are, Mark St. Louis Jr. back in the winner's circle.
Racing Association number 3, 3 margarita shot to 3-year-old Big Go to Son of Pet Rock out of the Real Desire mare. Real Love, 8th of the season for 3 margarita shot. Home of Jessica Smith, Xenia, Ohio. Randy Smith trains Mark St. Louis Jr., the winning driver. The mile 158, 1/5. 8th of the season for 3 margaritas shot. Race sponsored by Hardin County Commissioners. Results are official for the third. Number 1, SMU Go 2. 2 Dance Champ 5. The 3 margaritas shot, the winner. Number 4, Western Damage 3. 5, Obi-Wan Kobe 4. The 6, My Handsome Man 6. 158, 1/5. 30 and 2/5. A minute 4/5. 130 and 2/5. 2, 5, 1, 3, 4, 6 on the bottom.
So there we go. Official for the third race. We do have 11 on tap. Thanks for joining us and checking in here for Hardin County Fair in Kenton, Ohio. We are going to turn the page and head next into the 4th race, the first division of 3-year-old Colt Trotters. A nice field of 6 going for a purse of $6,248. Join us back here shortly after a couple of messages.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
For over 100 years, the values at CoverLink Insurance have been clear. Do the right thing. These values have been at the forefront of what we do, and that will never change. At CoverLink Insurance, you're a person, not a policy. We're here to get you the right coverage: home, auto, business, and farm. CoverLink covers you, your family, and your business. Trusted advice and solutions to protect what matters most. Great service from great people. CoverLink Insurance.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzy, a son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
Tom, a few of our commenters in our Facebook section, at least, were bringing out the Little Brown Jug that is just, what is today, Thursday? Oh, so we are just 2 weeks away from the Little Brown Jug itself. And I do want to mention, so if we've got some people on air that may not be joining us trackside tonight, however, have been to a handful of fairs, we, of course, OHHA has a tent set up all week. If you have had 5 stamps across any fairs through up to this point, please stop on over to our tent at Delaware at any time, and we have a special thank you, a special gift that we're excited to give everybody.
The suspense.
The suspense, but you got to show up.
Yes,
show up.
Just show up. And again, if any of you folks have never been to Little Brown Jug Week, please, if you love horses, you love harness racing, and you want to see what a county fair can really live up to the greatest show on the earth. It's beautiful. It's so much fun, such great racing. It's a Grand Circuit Week, all the finals with the fairs championships. It's just one fantastic 5 days in Delaware. Frank, I believe you take care of that 5 days in Delaware.
We have our 5 days in Delaware kicking off Sunday. Every day we will have Trackside Live, our live interview. We will do those in the morning on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Wednesday we will then move that into the OHHA tent where we will have a live studio audience. We'll be there, and we have 2 of those. They'll go at 9 and 10 in the morning on Wednesday and Thursday. Still working on lining up our guests. Wednesday and Thursday, we usually wait until we know what horses have been entered into the jugette and into the jug. I can tell you we will kick it off as we do every year with the Director of Publicity for the Little Brown Jug. Jay Wolf will join us since this is the 79th edition of the Little Brown Jug. So we will have that, and then we'll have countdown to post time about 15 minutes before post time for the first race, and then coverage of all the races all week long, culminating with the Little Brown Jug. Thursday at about 6:30 in the evening is probably about what time that'll take place. So hope everybody will join us for 5 days in Delaware. And we are going to have a special thing this year. We are going to have all access with Ashley. Ashley is going to take us to the fairgrounds and do some behind-the-scenes interviews and find some stories that you normally wouldn't find at the Little Brown Jug. So we're looking forward to that. We'll have 4 of those every day, so a total of 20 of those.
Oh, my goodness.
So listen, Tom, the fact that we actually, well, we're heading to the post parade. We won't delay anymore. Here is the post parade of the 4th.
These are the horses. Number 1 is Poor Pop Wyatt. Alan Anderson driving. Number 2, Long Ridge, driven by Russell Swartz. The 3, John Lemon with Hank Levan. Number 4, Banker Man, Alan Willems driving. Number 5 is Black Star with Scott Sisko. And number 6, A Line of Stone, Jeff Neisonger in the sulky. Win place show. Exacta Quinella, trifecta. They'll go to the gate.
And Ashley, as we start here, you've got another one of the top 3-year-old trotters in the country right here with A Line of Stone. This is going to be a great race. We have some challenges. We'll start out with number 1 is Poor Pop Wyatt. Alan Anderson trains and owns and breeds. And he also even drives. 68 years young. He's from Richwood, Ohio. This 3-year-old gelding by Volstead, a notable Karen, is 11 starts this year, no wins, no seconds, 3/3. Has some money on the card, $3,692, and shows a best time of 2:03 and 3 at Greenville. Number 2 is
We have Russell Swartz in the bike for Deb Swartz on Long Ridge. This is a 3-year-old gelding by Long Tom out of a Tom Ridge mare owned by Deb herself alongside Kenny Delaney and Chris Small of Centerville, Ohio. This gelding has hit the board 8 of 13 times, has almost eclipsed $20,000 this year alone. Had a great 2-year-old year too. Lifetime, this horse has made $63,000. If we look a handful of lines back at Urbana, which is the home track for the Swartzes, was a winner in 201 and 4.
Number 3 is John Lemon. It's driven by Hank Levan. Ty Van Roden is his trainer. Scott Rooks and Ty Van Roden are the owners. This is a 3-year-old gelding by What the Hill out of Fusion by credit winner. 14 starts this year, 1 win. No seconds, 2 thirds. Mark of Scioto of 158 and 1. Shows 2 breaks of the past 2 starts. That's not good. It starts before 158 and 3, and his winning mile was in a non-winners 2, winning 58 and 1 with the last quarter 29 and 4. As again, John Lemon. Number 4 is.
We are moving behind the gate, so we'll get through these last handful quickly. Our 4-horse Banker Man, Alum Woolums, in the bike for Roger Hughes Jr. This is a 3-year-old colt by Enterprise, most recently coming off of a 3rd place finish at Findlay in 207 flat, still looking for the first lifetime win.
And the heavy hitter of the race is number 6, Alina Stone, Mark Winner's trainee for Harry Horowitz, Brooklyn. Jeff Nysong in the sulky, 9 wins in 16 starts, 3 thirds, 30,000 on the card, mark of 57 and 4 at Wilmington, I believe is a track record, but made a break with broken equipment last week, but it shows 7 wins on his card. Here they are. They're coming for the 4th from Hardin County Fair is Doug Ballinger.
Starter Mike Wemkenberg has them all lined up and ready for a start, and here they come. The rough venture running, that's Long Ridge going right out for the lead. A Line of Stone on the far outside. It goes right to the front end and grabs the racetrack. A Line of Stone has got the lead as they race to the opening 8th, and A Line of Stone has jumped it off, has made a miscue as they race down the backside for the first time. Quick recovery for A Line of Stone. A Line of Stone now 3rd, now 2nd, and A Line of Stone right to the front end. Long Ridge, get that 2-hole trip. John Lemon races 3rd, Banker Man 4th, Black Star 5th, and trailing the field, Poor Pop Wyatt. Field of Trotters, straight alignment, 31 3/5 for the opening panel. Round the turn to the 3/8. It's A Line of Stone by 2 lengths. Long Ridge is next. John Lemon is 3rd. Racing 4th is Banker Man. 5th is Black Star. And Poor Pop Wyatt trailing the field. Passing the stands first time, coming to the halfway point. Top of the field, A Line of Stone and Jeff Nysonger show the way. Long Ridge is 2nd. John Lemon is 3rd. 4th on the outside. Up the backside. Into the turn, that is Black Star. Half in 104. The inside Banker Man trailing the field, Poor Pop Wyatt. On the 5/8, they trot. A Line of Stone has the lead. Poor Pop Wyatt is off stride. Long Ridge is 2nd. 3rd on the outside, Black Star. Racing 4th is John Lemon. Banker Man 5th. Poor Pop Wyatt's off stride. Midpoint of the backside. A Line of Stone by 2. Long Ridge is 2nd. Black Star 3rd. 4th is John Lemon. 5th is Banker Man. Poor Pop Wyatt trails the field. 3/4, 134 and 3. They're into the far turn, and they're all chasing A Line of Stone, who has a 2-length lead over Long Ridge. Moving to the outside. Black Star's coming after that leader. Now 3rd and moving to the outside. Here comes Long Ridge. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. It's A Line of Stone. He's almost there. A Line of Stone. A fast closing. John Lemon hanging on for 2nd. Long Ridge. John Lemon home 3rd. The mile 203 4/5.
203 4/5 for our winner, A Line of Stone, Jeff Nysonger. And the bike, we'll say, Made a miscue, though.
Miscue.
Made a pretty
Made a break.
Yeah, made a
That
pretty
was-
heavy break coming really out of the first turn. And then once he got back on the trot, though, he was bound and determined, and Jeff was going to put him on the front. And that's what Jeff likes to do.
And he was just under the wraps coming through the wire. And unofficial 6:23, unofficial time 2:03 and 4. Linus Stone, that is his 10th win this year, and that should bring him up. I believe that should tie him for the lead in the country. Wins. We'll have to double check. Instantly, all my info comes from a little book I have that I've written. No, it's from Pathway with the USTA, which is fantastic. You can look up. You want to look up a horse, find out anything about a horse, all the starts. You can look up his entire race career. Join Pathway at USTA.
Speaking of looking up stats, I did want to mention we ran through our horses kind of quickly before we went to behind the gate. But Russell Swartz ended up second in this race, but he is sitting at 1,994 wins. So we're hoping that Russ can notch 2,000 this year.
It's that longest stretch, that final 2-3.
Oh, yeah, that's when it's the hardest. That's when it's the hardest. But going back to our winner, a Line of Stone, trained by Mark Winters. Of course, this is well, here is Doug. Maybe he'll take the words out of my mouth.
For $6,248, sponsored by Quest Federal Credit Union. Here's the 6, A Line of Stone. The 3-year-old Bay Ridgeling by Lane of Stone out of the Muscle Massey mare, Miss DeLine. 10th of the season for Line of Stone. Harry Horowitz, Brooklyn, New York owns. Mark Winters trains. Jeff Neisonger drives the winner, the mile 2:03, 4/5. Quest Federal Credit Union blanket. Here's the way they finished the 1. Poor Pop Wyatt, 6. 2, Long Ridge, 2. The 3, John Lemon, 3. 4, Banker Man, 5. Number 5, Black Star, 4. 6, Linus Stone, the winner, the mile 2:03, 4/5. 31 and 3, 104, 134 and 3, 6, 2, 3, 5, 4, 1 on the bottom.
Excellent, excellent mile. Number 6, Line of Stone. What's that? 260? No, that's. Can you say that?
What are we looking for, Tom?
The win.
How much it paid? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
That is kind of a weird. Frank, what do you think that is? Is this supposed to be 360?
360.
360, yep.
Yeah, from where I'm sitting, it looked like 860.
It's there's some weird, I don't know, there's some weird lighting to the tote board in front of us.
The funny part, we're talking about sunset and all that. Well, the sun just came out. Now it's going sunset.
But it's beautiful. I don't know if we really could pick that up with a camera because the grandstand's covering a lot of it, but that looks like a beautiful sunset that's happening behind us.
So, well, with that, we got another race under our belts. We're coming to the 5th here at the Hardin County Fair. This is a 2-year-old, second division of the 2-year-old Colt Pacers in memory of Jerry Cross. We have 6 in it that are going to win it. We'll be back to talk about the 5th after these few messages.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
We are moving at a nice little pace here on day 2 of the Hardin County Fair in Kenton, Ohio. Headed next into race 5 of 11. Post time was just 7 p.m., so we are not even an hour into it, headed into race 5. Frank, it's probably, I don't know if it's going to be a good shot. Can you pick up any of that sunset? Tom left me for just a moment because I think he wanted to grab a picture of it. It's starting to set pretty quickly.
Well, no, I could see a little of it, but Tom was just standing in the way of it. So no, the sunset's starting to go down.
And we were worried. We were worried we were going to get rain. We had a very light misting because Frank, the rain has been following
the rain came. It follows.
Absolutely everywhere. But it's been a great night. The sun is going down. Hopefully our track just gets faster as we keep going. Tom, you're back. You were taking some photos.
Now the sunset's already down. So
I know, it was so quick. It was so quick.
Just bloop, gone. But still, I think we're going to have a nice day tomorrow. We're not going anyplace tomorrow, are we?
Yes, McConnellsville. We are somewhere tomorrow.
Right,
we're always somewhere.
Down Morgan County, way down south. Frank's going to be there. It's a nice ride down there.
1 o'clock post time. I'll be there. Jeremy Moore and I believe Trish is working that. So,
and it's right alongside the scenic Muskingum River, and they got a series of locks down there when they used to have the old canal walks. So it's very interesting down there and very nice fair.
That's what I've only been to a handful of Southern Valley Circuit. Actually, I think Piketon might be my only one that I've been to this year.
You don't know what you're missing.
I mean, you got to send me to Rock Springs. I keep hearing every year, get to Rock
Anytime.
Springs, and you never send me there.
We'll send you all over the place.
I don't think I can do that, Tom. I know, we can't. I need about 4 of me if Frank had his way.
Another, again, if you bring your tickets, if you've been to 5 fairs, you bring your passport.
Yep.
Passport to a Jug Week, you got a special prize at there. So
Frank, I guess I have a question about that.
Yeah,
if they have 4 stickers, does the Jug count as the 5th?
That's a 5th one.
There we go.
That's your 5th fair you're at. This gentleman that I just stamped, he's got a bunch in here. So, but here's the problem though. Okay, I've got his passport here. He would be disqualified. He doesn't have his name in there yet. So unless you put your name in here, I'm sorry, you would have to be disqualified. So now you've got 2 weeks to put your name in that before you stop by the Jug tent.
He's going to run right down there. You want to borrow a pen? I got a pen for you. Here you go.
And look at this. I better stop at the office and pick up some more stickers.
It's been a great program just starting out for us, those fair passports. Hopefully a handful of you that are tuning in have been to some fairs around Ohio and know what we're talking about. But if not, truly, there's just a handful of fairs left, but you never know. Please stop on by if you see us set up somewhere. We're happy to give you a passport and put some stickers everywhere that we do see you, because if you turn them in at the end of the year,
we're going to have great prizes.
And a lot of them. It's not just the top sticker earner. Of course, you want to be the top sticker earner because you want to go all around Ohio for us. But send those in, and we're happy to thank you for all of the support you have given us year-round.
And we got our listeners from all over the country.
All over the world. Even, yeah.
Today, the world, we have somebody in Australia watching. It's Friday morning in Australia.
And I believe that's 17 hours ahead of us.
I don't know. I'll believe you. Well, I don't know if our audience will correct us.
Let's see. It was 7 a.m., I think, when he checked in, when we started at 6, I think is what he said.
We started at 7.
We started at 7?
We started at 7.
Well, maybe is
it just 12 hours?
I don't know.
This is why we have cell phones. Let's just go to our world clock.
Now, see, they got their cell phones. I got my little flip phone. I'm lucky if I had a fight with them today to get my 14 days if they try to clip him for me, but I got him back, and it's a cheap program I got. Nice one, though, but you have to speak a foreign language to get any service.
It is 14 hours
14
ahead.
hours.
14. If it is 8 o'clock here in Ohio, it is 10 a.m. there.
Now, if we calculate back east, no, that's the same. We're in the same time zone.
But here we go.
What year is this?
Here is Doug for the post parade of the 5th.
Number 1 is Kenton Beach Fire, driven by Harrison Levan. Number 2, Down to Party, the driver Hank Levan. The 3, Fear the Panda with Ronnie Gillespie. Number 4 is Naked Berry, Scott Cisco drives. 5, Gorgeous Jet with Ken Holiday. The number 6, Danny's Dragon, Tim Deaton in the sulky. Win place show, Quinella Exacta trifecta, 3 minutes to post, 3 minutes.
Well, Ashley Daly, we'll start this off with number 1 is Keene and Beach Fire. This is a 2-year gelding by Bring on the Beach out of Keene, Santana by Santana Blue Chip, owned by Joshua Teets. And here's a stock in Bucyrus. Randy Rank to thank. He's a trainer. There's 7 starts this year, 1/3. Harrison Levan in the sulky. Shows time was like 2-5-2, finished 3rd. He's improving. He's one of the youngsters that needs a little more time, but he's improving. Number 2 is
Down to Party, Hank Levan in the bike for Virgil Morgan Jr. This is a 2-year-old gelding down by the seaside. This gelding has hit the board in half of his 8 lifetime starts, including 2 wins. Last start out at Findlay did have a 3rd place finish. However, the last win did come all the way back the very end of July at Xenia. That win 202-3 final quarter and 28-1. Was an $85,000 purchase out of the Lexington Select Sell last year and has made about $7,400 so far as a freshman.
Number 3 is Fear the Panda. This is a Randy Smith trainee for Amanda J. Smith of Xenia, Ohio. That's one of the little Smiths running around, Xenia. This is a Colt by Fear the Dragon out of APP Panda. Feeling frisky. 11 starts this year, 2 wins, 1 second, 2/3, 9,600 in the card. Mark Urbana of 58, his card. Back Urbana of 58-2. Has a nice lines, shows 58-3, 59-3. Last week at Findlay, was in trailing and finished 4th, paced in 202-2. But Fear the Panda has Ron Gillespie.
Scott Cisco will drive the 4, Naked Berry for Mike Paulhamus. Paulhamus does co-own this 2-year-old gelding by Western Terror alongside Golden Goose Stables out of Cincinnati. Just 7 lifetime starts, has hit the board with 2 third-place finishes. Most recently, the last start out at Lima did end in a 3rd and 1, 59-4, final quarter 28-2.
Ken Holiday trains and drives Gorgeous Jet by I'm Gorgeous. Is owned by the Crazy Parrot Farm down there in Frisco, Texas. 9 starts, 1 win. That was at Attica in 201-2. Shows 57-2 back in Scioto in the Buckeye Stallion Series. Number 6 is
rounding out the field. We have Danny's Dragon. Tim Deaton now gets the drive for Jim Arledge Jr. Shows a mile 2 back at Scioto and 1:56-2. Still looking to hit the board for the very first time. Here is Doug with our call.
Here they come. They're off then, pacing. That's Fear the Panda going for the lead. Off stride is the 4, Naked Berry, as the field moves into the turn. Down to Party comes out in second to the outside of Down to Party is Gorgeous Jet. From the inside, Keenan Beach Fire. Then it is Danny's Dragon. Down the backside, going to the opening quarter. Trailing the field, Naked Berry. Top of the field, Fear the Panda, Ronnie Gillespie show the way. Gorgeous Jet getting that 2-hole trip. Racing third, Down the Party. Racing fourth, Danny's Dragon. Keenan Beach Fire trailing the field. Naked Berry through a quarter and 30 2/5 as they race around the turn. Fear the Panda, Ronnie Gillespie lead the way by a length. Gorgeous Jet second. Third, Down the Party. Racing fourth, Keenan Beach Fire out and on the move on the outside. Is he coming to the lane for the first time? That is Danny's Dragon. Passing the stand for the first time, they come to the halfway point. Trailing the field, Naked Berry, they're halfway home. Fear the Panda, the leader. Down to Party on the outside. Gorgeous Jet third. Danny's Dragon is fourth. Fifth is Keenan Beach Fire. The outside, Naked Berry trails. Halfway home in 102. On to the 5/8, it's Fear the Panda. Ronnie Gillespie by a length. Right there, second is Down to Party. Up the inside, Gorgeous Jet third. Danny's Dragon's out and on the move on the outside from fourth. Naked Berry now fifth. Keenan Beach Fire trails the field at the 3/4 mark. Fear the Panda is the target. He leads it by 2. Down to Party is second. Danny's Dragon on the outside into the turn. Racing fourth at the 3/4 in 1:30 3. Danny's Dragon is after that leader with 1/8 of a mile to pace. Fear the Panda has the lead. Racing second as they come off the turn. That is Down the Party coming to the line. Fear the Panda. The mile in 2 minutes.
Wow. Ron Gillespie had that from the get-go. Put him on the front end, 30 2. Half and went the second quarter, 31 3. Then he smoked down the backside, 28 3, and come home in 29 2.
You know, happy to see Fear the Panda kind of back in form for trainer Randy Smith. If you look at his lines, in the last couple starts, he seems to be getting a little bit tired. And he really didn't show that at all tonight. So happy to see him. This is his first win since Salina just about a month ago on August 12th. So that makes 3 on the year in just 12 starts for Fear the Panda, owned by Amelia Smith, his daughter, and has just ups his earnings to about $12,000.
And was a Buckeye Classic yearling for, I can't read that because
6,000.
6,000.
And what did I say? What did I say a couple races ago? The Smith family, they really do have a knack for finding some of those cheaper horses and making them into something. And maybe we're not out here at the Sire Stakes, but this is fun, and they're making money, and they're doing well.
They are doing very well. And the Smith family, I tell you, we'll have to go with Randy's mother was Linda Nelson. She was a horsewoman, and she brought Randy up, and they would go to the races together and paddock together, and he's been in the business his entire life.
And now his daughters are all involved as well.
And he done very well. It's just, Linda Nelson, you got to give it credit.
And 2-year-old Colt pace. For $4,923, blanket in memory of Jerry Cross, number 3, Fear the Panda. The 2-year-old Bay Colt by Fear the Dragon out of the field in Frisky Mare. EPP Panda, third of the season. Amelia Smith, Xenia, Ohio. Randy Smith trains. Ronnie Gillespie drives the winner of the mile in 2 minutes. Blanket in memory of Jerry Cross. Results are official. Number 1, Keenan Beach Fire, 5. 2, Down to Party, 2. The 3, Fear the Panda, the winner. 4, Naked Berry, 3. 5, Gorgeous Jet, 6. The 6, Danny's Dragon, 4. The time, 2 minutes. The quarter, 30 2/5. The half, 102. 3/4, 130 3/5. 5, 2, 1, 3, 6, 4 on the bottom.
And just to get going on the Fear the Panda, is again a bargain price on the Colt. But when they were up in New England, when they were starting out, they never had expensive horses. Their best horses, I think, was like a $4,000 claimer, and they worked and they just improved their stock, and now they go to the sale. They still do not get the sirloin, but they get everybody's hamburger. Everybody's every meal day, and they get a good horse out of it. And he's had years that people dream about.
Right.
Earnings of over close to $500,000.
But very impressive. Randy Smith, there a little bit of some back history from Tom, our winning trainer of the 5th. We're going to turn the page and head into the 6th race, a shorter field of 5 for the 2nd division of 2-year-old Colt Trotters. We will introduce them after a few messages from our sponsors.
Own a little and love it a lot. Thestable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. Thestable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at thestable.ca.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 13th.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC oil. It makes a world of difference.
And welcome back to the Hardin County Fair here in Kenton, Ohio, not to be confused with Canton, Ohio. Anyway, this is the 7th race coming up. This is a 3-year-old colt pace. This is a 2nd division. This division goes for $4,657. That's in memory of Bob Wilson. We have 6 in it. And we'll start
before we go into it, Tom, we're just headed into the 6th race. We might have flipped one too many pages.
Again, see, I flipped my page. I got the light on it. Thank you.
You almost messed me up over here.
Everyone started pushing buttons. I'm sorry about that, folks. This is a 6th race. This is a 2-year-old Colt Trot. Total purse of $13,416. A purse of $4,472. 2nd division. This is a race for the cure in memory of Wendy Thompson. We have 5 in here. This is much easier on me. I won't get so confused. Okay, number 1 is
illegally funded Mike Paul Hamas will drive and train. I don't think we do have a driver's change on that. So Mike Paul Hamas down for the 1, illegally funded. Paul Hamas does co-own alongside Kevin McQuinn of Centerville, Ohio. Just 5 lifetime starts for this freshman. Still looking to hit the board for the first time, but has been in the money quite a bit. Has made $10,000 so far in just those 5 lifetime starts. Last start out of the partial did make a break before the wire. However, has really done quite a bit of racing at the next level. So we have 3 starts in the Ohio Sire Stakes and a start in the Ohio State Fair. Best finish, time-wise, did come in that 2nd leg of the Ohio Sire Stakes at Scioto the very end of July. A 4th place finish and 1:57-2.
And we are looking to hit the winner's circle. He's due. He's improving. Number 2 is Country of Mars. Jason Borowski is the trainer for James and Patty Borowski, him and his wife, from Asheville, Ohio. 2-year-old gelding by Marseille out of Pine Country by Kentucky. 4 starts this year. This one hasn't hit the boards, but it shows last week at Scioto and now is Parimutuel, 58 with last quarter 29-4. So this is another horse looking at the fairs and looking to get to the winner's circle. Mark St. Louis is in the sulky. Number 3.
Sneak Past Him, trained by Jessica Smith. Ron Gillespie behind the lines. This is the only winner of this entire field. 12. Well, here is Doug. We will turn it over to Doug for the post parade of the 6th.
For the 6th race, 2-year-old Colt Trot for $4,472. Race for the cure in memory of Wendy Thompson, a field of 5, number 1 illegally funded. The driver, Mike Paul Hamus. Number 2 is Country of Mars with Mark St. Louis Jr. 3, Sneak Past Him, Ronnie Gillespie. Number 4, Flying Ryan with Charles Bullen. And number 5, 90 Proof, Jump Nicesonger in the sulky. Win, play, show, Quinella Exacta, trifecta.
Finishing our thoughts on the 3, Sneak Past Him, and 12 lifetime starts, has hit the board 3 times, is the only winner of this field. Just 1 win notched some time ago. However, at Scioto, did start in a Buckeye Stallion Series, had a 5th place finish in 2 minutes flat. Start before that at Salina. Want to make sure, at Salina, yes. 2nd place finish in 2:03 and 2.
Number 4 is Flying Ryan, and that is a 2-year-old gelding by Uncle Peter out of TK's Lizzie by Mr. Lebec. Brian Roebuck is a trainer, the owner from Michigan, and Charles Bolden is in the sulky. This little fella has 3 starts, no wins, no seconds, no thirds, 647 starts. He did get a time last week at Findlay of 2:13 and 2. Room for improvement. That's the way to go. Only way to go is up. Number 5 is...
Rounding out the field, we have 90 Proof, trained by Mark Winters, a duo we see often. Jeff Nicesonger will be in the bike. This is a 2-year-old gelding by Uncle Peter, owned by R. Dean Davis Stable of Richwood and Mark Winters himself. This is one that's been knocking on the door. 12 starts, has hit the board 9 times. However, still looking for that first lifetime win. Last start out at Findlay in a 3-year-old stake. Did end up 2nd in 2:04 flat with Nicesonger in the bike. Like I said, only one that's can win, right? One that can win that we are looking to make into the winner's circle for the first time. Over $12,000 in lifetime earnings.
And that's for a maiden for $12,000. That's pretty good. It's 9 out of 12. And currently on the board, it is 1-2. It's a beautiful night. The sky is getting dark, but there's no breeze, so there's no really any chill to the air.
No, we have a nice little group of people in the grandstand. This is a nice covered grandstand. Not sure how old it is. It's all cement.
Can't be that old.
I'm gonna say it shouldn't be. But it's been a great evening of racing. Thanks for joining us. Tom, it's always a pleasure. We're beginning to be a duo. We've worked together every week for some time now.
Yeah, people will talk now. But the beauty and the beast.
Well, like Frank said, the rose between 2 thorns tonight. Frank's is never nice to me, so I'm surprised I got that. Oh, but anyway, here we go. Moving in a field of 5 for the 2nd of 3 divisions. 2-year-old Colt Trotters, a purse of $4,472 from the rail out. Illegally funded, Country of Mars, Sneak Past Them, Flying Ryan, and 90 Proof.
Ryan.
Grigor the 5, 90 proof. They're off and trotting. That's illegally funded from the inside. Up on the outside, Country of Mars, Field of Trotters into the turn. Illegally funded gives way second. Sneak past him on the outside third. Racing fourth up the inside, Flying Ryan and 90 proof trails the field. Off stride, the 3. Sneak past him. Down the backside, they trot. Country of Mars, Mark St. Louis Jr. show the way. Liggy funded right there second. Flying Ryan next in third. Sneak past him is fourth. Trailing the field, 90 proof, 31 and 1/5 for the opening quarter. Field of 5, front to back, separated by some 7 lengths as they trot to the 3/8 mark. Country of Mars shows the way right there. Second is illegally funded. Trotting third, Flying Ryan. Racing four, sneak past him and 90 proof. Continues to trail the field as they pass the stands and come on over to the halfway point. Country of Mars, Mark St. Louis Jr. on the front end. Illegally funded right there second. Trotting third as they move into the turn and race on over to the 3/8 mark. That is Flying Riot, halfway home, 103 and 1/5. Sneak past him as all stride. 90 proof up the inside, down the backside they trot. Country of Mars leads, illegally funded by a length as they head up the backside. Flying Ryan is next. 90 proof was fourth and moving to the outside. Sneak past him as fifth. Here comes illegally funded out and on the move to the outside. Country of Mars, illegally funded on the outside. 90 proof third. Flying Ryan fourth. Racing fifth to sneak past him. 3/4, 134 and 2. Around the far turn. The battle's on the front end. Illegally funded the outside. Country of Mars on the inside. Stride for stride as they come to the top of the stretch. Illegally funded on the outside. Coming to the line. Illegally funded. The mile, 2:04.
2:04 flat for illegally funded. Tom, that ended up being, so I do have them unofficially across the wire, of course. I did see 1, 2, I believe the 3 over the 5, but that ended up being a race
in itself.
Yeah, I mean, we have 2 horses that have never hit the board, placing 1, 2.
As you never know, that's why they call it a horse race. And Mark Polamus, who drove?
It was Mike in the bike.
Yeah, it was still Mike in the bike.
Mike in the bike. Let's put Mike in the bike again. He did well with that. Here you go, and he crosses the finish line first.
As I had mentioned when we were introducing the field, this little horse, has made some money. Made about 10. Well, now he's bumped it up to about 12. But previous to the start, had already made $10,000. Although he had not hit the board, he had some 4th place finishes at that higher level. Multiple Ohio Sire Stakes starts where he has earned all that money. So coming to a fair track, really, I guess for the second time, he did have a start in the partial at Greenville. But pretty impressive here tonight.
That is.
Mike with 3 drives this year. That's his first win of the year.
We don't see Mike in the bike very.
No.
Mike in the bike. We do not see Paul Amos in the bike very often. So I'm sure it's a pretty cool feeling for him, too.
Oh, yeah. It's like when you get there, you say, I knew he could do it. This is his first trip to the winner's circle. Except there, I don't want to say he's probably back at the paddock going, now where do I go now? Point him down, but 3 trips. He's got one out of 3 for this year. His batting average is .333.
And here he is back in front of the grandstand. Our winner, illegally funded.
65 years young.
The 6th race, the 2-year-old Colt Trot for $4,472. Lincoln, in memory of Wendy Thompson. Race for the Cure, number 1, illegally funded. Joe Baker to set up a long Tom out of the Hanover mare. JoJo on the go-go. Mike Paul Amos, Troy. Kevin McQuinn, Centerville, Ohio, owns. Mike Paul Amos trains and drives the winner. First of the season for illegally funded. The mile, 2:04. Here's the way they finished. The 1 illegally funded, the winner. 2 Country of Mars, 2. The 3 Sneak Past 'em, 3. 4 Flying Ryan, 5. The 5 90 Proof, 4. The mile 204, 31 and 1, 103 and 1, 134 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4 on the bottom.
Tom, do you mind,
Yes.
mind taking us out?
Okay. I was just, were people coming up with the passports more, and it's like, usually it's early at night, but they're still coming up. And I'm saying the passport to adventure. That was a great mile, and is again the brand new last quarter 29 and 3, mile and 2-4 from the top down. Legally Funded was first, Country of Mars was second, Sneak Past 'em was third, Flying Ryan was fifth, and 90 Proof was fourth. So that's the 6th. Now we can go to the 7th, and this is the 3-year-old Colt Pace, the 2nd division. In memory of Bob Wilson, who shall return to the Hardin County Fair in Kenton, Ohio, after these messages.
For over 100 years, the values at CoverLink Insurance have been clear. Do the right thing. These values have been at the forefront of what we do, and that will never change. At CoverLink Insurance, you're a person, not a policy. Whether you raise crops, livestock, or own the family farm, CoverLink's farm insurance can be tailored to meet your needs. Trusted advice and solutions to protect what matters most. Great service from great people, CoverLink Insurance.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
And we are back here at Kenton, Ohio, in the Hardin County Fair, race number 7. We're listening to the tunes of, have we found his name yet? No, we haven't.
They did announce it, but I think we were talking, so when Doug gave us his
We're
name,
jabbering.
so which was what we're good at.
He does well. Good range of music. And his song right now, he's singing right now, is Don't Worry, Be Happy. That's what I'm telling you, man. Be happy. We are happy here at the Hardin County Fair. I got 7 here. These are 7 3-year-old Colt Paces. And we'll start it out. Let me get my light on, tuck my glasses on my nose.
With that then, Tom, I can go ahead and start us out while you're doing that. So Jeff Nysonger drives and trains the 1. Gator pled the 5th. I do believe this is going to be his first start on Lasix. Owned and bred by George Burkhart of Sarasota, Florida. Gator pled the 5th is a 3-year-old gelding by Well Said out of a tell-all mare. Gator Won't Tell. 12 starts on the season, still looking for that first seasonal win, but has hit the board in 3 third-place finishes. Last start out at Mount Gilead did have a third in 2:07 and 2. If we look further back at Wilmington on July 8th, however, does show a mile 4th place finish in 1:58 flat.
Number 2 is Rock the Vintage. This is a Balamus trainee. 3-year-old gelding by Weston Vintage out of Miracle Rock by Pet Rock. Rock on. 13 starts this year, only 3 thirds, 3,000 on the card. Has been in the Ohio Fair Stakes at Greenwood, Troy. Best time shows, it was at Urbana pacing 2 minutes flat. If we go back to racing at Scioto, he does show 56 back on the 18th of June. That's way back when. But Rock the Vintage, owned by the Newberry Stable LLC of Beaver Creek and Mike Paulimas. Mike is not in the bike. We have Ronnie Gillespie. Number 3 is
I Want My Money, Pierce Henry for trainer Robert Brooks. This is a 3-year-old gelding by Danson Yankee, actually out of a Stand Forevermare. That is not one that I see a name much anymore. Stand Forevermare, Forever Ivy. This gelding has hit the board 15 of 22 starts and 9 wins, has made $40,000, owned by David Jury of Bucyrus, Ohio. Most recently had a 3rd place finish at Findlay. However, 3 back at Lima was a wire-to-wire winner and won 56-4. Final quarter, 30-1. Very lightly started as a 2-year-old, did not hit the board any in 4 starts, only notched $650 as a freshman, has really grown up and come into himself this year as a sophomore. Took a mark earlier this year and won 54 flat at Scioto Downs.
And I Want My Money, he's got the money. But that is a nice $40,000 on his card for a homebred. Number 4 is Fearlicious. And it's driven by Scott Cisco. Michelle Caldwell is the owner and trainer. And this is a 3-year-old gelding by Fair the Dragon out of Jerseylicious by Western Ideal. Hasn't hit the board in 6 starts this year and 13 lifetime starts. Odin's been has 1/3. Does show a time at Urbana of 59-3, but was 4th. And shows good times, good consistency. Just racing a little tough, and hopefully will hit the board. Scott Cisco will steer him around the Hardin County Fair track. Number 5 is
McCardle's Chad. Hank Levan now in the bike for Tyler Cook, a 3-year-old gelding by McCardle out of a Western Terramare Chat Snap, owned by Mike Fitzhands of Arcanum, Ohio. Just 1 win in 19 starts. That did come a few back July 24th at Sydney Mile in 2:02. However, since then has shown really some mile improvement at Greenville. Did have a 4th place finish and won 58-4. Most recently, last start at Findlay, had a 2nd.
And number 6 is Hunkalicious. Brian George's trainee for Scott and Lindsay Hagemeyer of Clarksville. And this is a 3-year-old gelding by Western Terra out of Dr. Lindsay by Nob Hill High. 14 starts this year, 6 wins, 3 seconds, 3/3. That's 12 times out of 14 starts on the board. 20,000. Mark at Greenville of 155-4. Nice, and is on a win streak of 5 in a row in Ohio. Jason Beatty gets the call. Well, Ashley, this does look like a good field. The Powerhouse, Hunkalicious, and I Want My Money. The other horses, they only got 1 win between the 4 of them. So this is going to be. We're going to go see what the fans say. They got Hunkalicious at 1-2, and I Want My Money at 3-2.
Yep. Are you looking at me for confirmation?
Yes.
Yep, you are correct.
Need those young eyes looking over there. I don't need my squinty old beady eyes. What do you mean squinty old beady eyes? I don't have squint. Don't you say that.
I didn't say it.
Squinty old beady eyes.
But here is Doug with a post parade of the 7th.
Pace for $4,657. Blanket in memory of Bob Wilson up. Field of 6. Number 1, Gator pled the 5th. First time Lasix for the 1. Gator pled the 5th. Jeff Nysunger drives. 2, Rock the Vintage. Ronnie Gillespie. Number 3, I Want My Money. Pierce Henry drives. 4, Fearlicious. Scott Cisco. 5, McCardle's Chat with Hank Levan. And number 6, Hunkalicious. Jason Beatty in the sulky. Note the 1, Gator pled the 5th. Racing on the medication, Lasix. When played.
Tom, so there we go. A field of 6 that's going to go behind the gate for the 2nd of 3 divisions of 3-year-old Colt Pacers. A nice little purse, $4,657.
And as we look down here at the owners of Hunkalicious, Scott and Dr. Lindsay Hagemeyer, the Hagemeyers, of course, have been. There was a picture, I believe, on the Ohio Colt Racing Association's website, and a picture of a young Doug Ballinger and a young Roger Houston.
Oh, I did see that.
You did see it. And the Hagemeyers, as again, they go back, that was taken about 1973, but the Hagemeyers have been so involved, and Mel is still in charge of Lebanon, and of course he might be retired by now. I've been over to Lebanon for 4 years. Poor Frank has to go over to Lebanon. They put him on a platform truck and let him work in his
hay
tent.
wagon.
Hay wagon, that's what it is. They give you an Amish hat, straw hat, and all you need now is a beard. You could go and start baling hay.
No, but you are right. Hunkalicious looking to go 6 in a row here this evening at the Hardin County Fair. Currently owned by Scott and his daughter, Dr. Lindsay Hagemeyer, also bred by Scott. I don't know if you mentioned when we were talking about it. So they do, of course, own Hagemeyer Farms, which is a pretty prevalent breeding farm here in Ohio. Hunkalicious is by Western Terror out of a Nob Hill High mare, Dr. Lindsay, named after Scott's daughter. But Nob Hill High, that was one that was very special to them. And he just recently passed away after a very successful career on the track, and again, is stud.
He wasn't that old, was he? He was about 19?
I do remember the article, but it's not coming to me right now. I know that it was, regardless, a very hard day for the Hagemeyer family.
And, of course, the farm down there is a show place, and pictured with Roger and Doug was Stella Hagemeyer, which was the matriarch of the family, and she did all the clerking and all for the Okra fairs, but very involved. Is a mainstay family in Ohio, and they are behind the gate, and we'll listen to the golden voice of over 50 years in the business, Doug Ballinger.
$57. Blanket in memory of Bob Wilson. All in behind the gate. Here they come. They're up then pacing. That's Rock the Vintage going right out to the front, to the outside. I want my money. Field into the turn. Gator pled the fifth. Comes out in third. Racing fourth. McCardle's Chat into the turn fifth. Hunkalicious, and the early trader is Fearlicious. Down the backside, going to the opening quarter. Ronnie Gillespie and Rock the Vintage fronts the field. Second, I want my money. Down the backside they go. Racing third. Gator pled the fifth. Following Gator pled the fifth is McCardle's Chat. Opening quarter, 29. Hunkalicious is next. Trailing the field, Fearlicious. As they race around the turn, front to back. This field's covered by some 8 lengths. Top of the field, Rock the Vintage has the lead. I want my money right there, second. Racing third. Gator pled the fifth as they pass the stand for the first time. Hunkalicious. Fearlicious on the outside. Straight alignment at the half. Rock the Vintage shows the way. I want my money is second. Right there, third. Gator pled the fifth. Halfway home. At the half in a minute and 2/5. On the outside, Hunkalicious first up is fourth. McCardle's Chat fifth. Fearlicious trails the field. Here comes I Want My Money. On the outside, I Want My Money. Rock the Vintage is second. It's I Want My Money. Rockalicious is second on the outside. The 3/4 mark, I Want My Money. Hunkalicious on the outside. They're into the far turn. They're by the 3/4 mark. At the 3/4, 129 and 2. Little better than 1/8 of a mile to come. McCardle's Chat jumps it off. They got an 8th at pace on the inside. I want my money. Coming at him, Hunklicious on the outside. I want my money. Hunklicious getting up on the outside. Hunklicious. The mile 1:58.
1:58 flat for our winner, Hunkalicious. Now 6 in a row in Ohio for this 3-year-old gelding by Western Terror. Brian George's trains Jason Beatty. That should be his first win of the evening.
Hunkalicious. The last quarter 28-3, I believe. Last half in 58-3. And he had to grind up some ground up going up the backside.
I'm gonna say I was kind of, pretty impressed with his start. He didn't get away great. I think he got away maybe fifth in that field, and he didn't have cover until he hit the backside. And he ended up following cover at that time, but I want my money. But headed into that final turn, he just hit another gear and ended up, what did he get him, by maybe a neck or so?
Unofficial, I got 6-3-1. And as you pointed out, first time LASIK, Gator pled the fifth. He raced super. That was a mile in 58, and he paced his mile in just 58 and a piece as well. Excellent mile.
Gator pled the fifth, ended up, we believe, unofficially third. He kind of has the third curse right now, and now 13 starts this season. He has only hit the board 4 times. They have all been third place finishes for that gelding. But here we go, back into the winner's circle. Jason Beatty on our 6 horse and our winner, Hunkalicious.
3-year-old Colt pace for $4,657. Number 6, Hunkalicious. 3-year-old Black Gilded, son of Western Chair out of the Nob Hill High Mare. Dr. Lindsay is owned by Scott W. and Dr. Lindsay Hagemeyer, Clarksville, Ohio. Brian George's trains. Jason Beatty drives the winner of the mile, 1:58. Blanket this race in memory of Bob Wilson, former Fair Board member, head of the harness racing department for many years. Here's the way they finished the 7th. Number 1, Gator pled the 5th, 3. 2, Rock the Vintage, 5. The 3, I Want My Money, 2. 4, Fearlicious, 4. Number 5, McCardle's Chat, 6. 6, Hunkalicious, the winner, 1:58. 29 for the quarter. The half a minute, 2/5, 3/4, 1:29 and 2. 3-5-2, 4-6-1 on the bottom.
And as he go wrapping up the 7th, another fine mile here at Kenton. The Hardin County Fair. We're turning the page to the 8th. Am I correct, Ashley? Yes, I am.
You are. We are going to head next into the 8th race.
The 8th. This is the 3-year-old second division of the 3-year-old Colt Trot in memory of Rod Britton. This is one of the nice things. All the fairs, they have races in memory of people, which is good, or in honor of people. So this one has 5 3-year-old Colt Trotters. We shall be back after these messages, and we'll talk about these 5 3-year-old Colt Trotters.
The first Hardin County Fair in Kenton, Ohio was held in the fall of 1851. Like many others, the fair was hosted by the County Agricultural Society. Society members organized the event to celebrate the end of harvest. Early crowds arrived on foot or by horse. The fair was a social event, with families arriving in the morning and staying through dusk. Livestock, crop, jellies, flowers, along with many other products, were displayed for judging. The Hardin County Fair grew quickly, and by 1869, the Agricultural Society purchased a property known as a trotting park. The move prompted harness racing to become the main attraction. Less than 2 decades later, a new half-mile racetrack was installed and reported to be one of the finest in Ohio. Lights would be added in the 1960s to include night racing. The fair would begin to host 3 days and 3 nights of harness racing. Today, the Hardin County Fair is a member of the Ohio Colt Racing Association. They host one afternoon of live-action racing.
Hi, I'm Dean Gillespie, and I want to tell you about the Ohio Colt Racing Association. There's 19 member fairs, and they sponsor the partial futurity in Greenville, Ohio. You need to race in the OCRA. Great racetracks, great people. Bring the kids and come out to the fair, and remember, fair time is fun time.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, race horses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries are now open.
Tom, we are back here headed in to the 8th race of just 11 on tap here tonight. Thanks for joining us. If you did not hear my spiel earlier, please head over for our final few races. You can follow along in the program. HarnessRacingOhio.com is where you will find that free program to you.
And Ashley, I think, say we only have 5 in the 8th race. Let's give our followers out there a recap of just the winners tonight so far. First race was Secret Fire in 1:59. Scott Cisco in the sulky. The second race was Full Moon Howl. Oh, excuse me. No.
Looking at the second race?
Yeah,
Our second race was Uncle Rat.
That was Uncle Rat. He was such a surprise. I didn't write anything down. First time in front of the audience. First time on the racetrack, and he goes out and wins in 2:01 and 2. Uncle Rat and Pierce Henry in the sulky. In the third race was 3 Margarita Shot for Mark St. Louis in 1:58 and 1. Fourth race was A Line of Stone, very impressive mile, made a break, come back, and then drew off 2:03 and 4 for Jeff Nysonger, and that was his 10th win of the year. And then the fifth race, it was Fear the Panda, Ronnie Gillespie, and mile in 2 minutes flat, last half in 58 flat. Fear the Panda picked up, it was a good win for Fear the Panda and trainer Randy Smith, the Smith families. And then the sixth race was Legally Funded with Mike Paulhamus is the sulky. Third time this year, here they are for the
$6,248 blanket in memory of Rod Britton, the field of 5. Number 1, My Name Jeff with Scott Cisco. Number 2, Jogging Bank Shot, Hank Levan drives. 3, Going to Mars, Michelle Caldwell. Number 4, Flaming Sword, Mark St. Louis Jr. And number 5, Whiskey Peddler, Jeff Nysonger in the sulky. We play Show Quinella, exacta.
So we better get right to it. This field of 5 for the second division of 3-year-old Colt Trotters on the rail. My Name Jeff. Scott Cisco in the bike for Mike Paulhamus, owned by Dustin Bean of Wilmington, as well as Paulhamus himself. Bean did breed this 3-year-old gelding by Long Tom. Just 21 lifetime starts. 9 came this year as a sophomore. However, still looking for the first lifetime win. Has hit the board 1 time this season with a second place finish that came really 2 back at Troy, second place in 2:05 and 3.
Number 2 is Jogging Bank Shot. Hank Levan trained and driven. 3-year-old by Break the Bank. K. For second. Okay, and Are jogging home. 22 starts this year, 5 wins, 5 seconds, and 2/3, 25,000. Won at Limer in 2 minutes flat. Last week was second at Richwood, but that was stopped a four race winning streak. Jogging the Bank Shot is owned by Levan Stables, Megan Levan, Art Freeze, and our winner. And looks to be tough in this field. Number 3 is
Going to Mars. We have Michelle Caldwell in the bike for Roger Hughes Jr. Hughes does own alongside Caldwell. This is a 3-year-old gelding by What the Hill. Another one that is still looking to, well, for the first lifetime win, actually just has a handful of third place finishes in 24 lifetime starts. This year has had 2 third place finishes, most recently at Finley. Did have a third in 2:05 and 3.
And number 4 is Flaming Sword. Russell Early III trains this for Daniel Miller. This gelding by Enterprise out of LD's Bella by Cantab Hall. Will be driven by Mark St. Louis Jr. Has 16 starts, 1 win, 5 seconds, 3/3, 14,000. Mark Azenia of 2:03 and 4 has 3 seconds in a row, then a third, a second, a third, a win, and a second. I think Mark St. Louis might hit the winner's circle with Flaming Sword. Number 5 is.
Maybe you should put some money to that, because our Whiskey Peddler, our 5 horse, is currently sitting as the heavy favorite at 1-5. Whiskey Peddler driven by Jeff Nysonger for Mark Winners. This is a gelding by Volstead. In the last 7 starts, let me tell you how this horse is finished. 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. I mean, just overall a very consistent performer. In 16 starts this year, has had 5 wins, 5 seconds, and 2 third place finishes. Has made $34,000 this year as a sophomore. However, lifetime has upped that to $60,000. Took a mark earlier this year at Scioto Downs and won 56 and 1. Whiskey Peddler is owned by Jerry Zozell, Dean in the Dean Davis stable out of Richwood, Ohio. At one time, Whiskey Peddler was just a $25,000 purchase out of the Buckeye Classic sale.
And as you rattled off those his last 7 starts, they put him on Lasix, and that's what his results. So win, 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 second, win. That would helped. Whiskey Peddler is, I can't even see now.
But here we go behind the gate, the 8th race in memory of Rod Britton, a field of 5 that we will hand over to Doug Ballinger for the call.
Here they come. They were up and trotting, going right out to the front. With the lead, Whiskey Peddler, Jeff Nysonger. Jogging Bank Shot is second, racing third on the outside. Going to Mars, round the turn, My Name Jeff, and Flaming Sword trails the field. Down the backside they trot. Whiskey Peddler shows the way. Jogging Bank Shot is next, Going to Mars is third. My Name Jeff is fourth, and Flaming Sword trails the field. Field of trotters in straight alignment at the opening quarter. By the quarter, 31 1/5. With the lead, Whiskey Peddler, Jeff Nysonger. Jogging Bank Shot is next. Going to Mars, third. My Name Jeff, fourth. And Flaming Sword trails the field at the 3/8 mark. Into the lane first time. They pass the stands. They come to the half. Whiskey Peddler has the lead. Jogging Bank Shot is next. Going to Mars is third. My Name Jeff is fourth. And Flaming Sword trails the field. They're halfway home. Whiskey Peddler has the lead. Has it by 2. Jogging Bank Shot is next. 3 back to My Name Jeff. Racing on the outside into the turn. Flaming Sword, the trader now. My Name Jeff. Quarter 31-1, the half in 103 as they head up the backside. Whiskey Peddler has the lead. Jogging Bank Shot right there and ready to come to the outside. Going to Mars is third. Whiskey Peddler is fourth. Trailing the field, My Name Jeff, nearing the three-quarter mark. Whiskey Peddler by a length and a half. Jogging Bank Shot is next. Going to Mars is third. Flaming Sword fourth. My Name Jeff trails three-quarters, 1:33-2. They have an eighth of a mile to trot, and coming after that later, here comes Jogging Bank Shot. Whiskey Peddler to the inside. Jogging Bank Shot getting up on the outside. Whiskey Peddler, Jogging Bank Shot coming to the line. Whiskey Peddler will hold off Jogging Bank Shot.
Well,
I say we're still waiting for that
final time.
mile time. They must really be up there comparing their stopwatches.
5:2:3.
That is how I have them across the wire. Yeah, so our 5-horse Whiskey Peddler gets technically the unofficial win, but now is 2 in a row in Ohio. That makes in 17 seasonal starts 6 wins for this gelding by Volstead.
So Mark won a trainee. Mark does very well with trotters and paces, but trotters does very well with them. Jeff Nicesonger, that combo. Nicesonger Winters, that's a winning combo. It's like Weaver and Neal.
Mm-hmm. And you know, somebody else who we see often, but we don't give as much credit to, is Pierce Henry and Robert Brooks.
Yes,
that is also a duo that does well. Maybe doesn't put as many on the track as maybe Mark Winters and Jeff. That's why we don't mention it as much, but do want to always recognize them as well. But here's Jeff with our winner, Whiskey Peddler, coming back in front of the grandstands.
It's ka-ching, money in the bank.
This race was in memory of Rod Britton. Hopefully Doug will give us some background on who he was and how he helped our fair out here. But there is a nice group of people, I'm sure family members.
Here's your winner, the 8th race. 3-year-old Colt Trot for $6,248. Blanket in memory of Rod Britton, number 5, Whiskey Peddler. The 3-year-old big-gulted son of Volstead out of the jailhouse Jesse Mare. Big girl Panta, Jerry Zozell. Dean Davis owned. Mark Winters trains. Jeff Nicesonger gets his second winning drive of the evening. The mile, 2:02 3/5, 6th of the season for Whiskey Peddler. Blanket in memory of Rod Britton. Results are official. Number 1, My Name Jeff 5. 2 Jogging Bank Shot 2. The 3 Going to Mars 3. 4 Flaming Sword 4. The 5 Whiskey Peddler to the winner. The mile, 2:02 3/5, 31-1, 103, 133-2. 5, 2, 3, 4, 1 on the bottom.
Was that last quarter 29-1?
You know, Tom, I was writing stuff down and I didn't even get the final mile time. So that is
my backup is she's deserted me. My backup has.
But Frank, we do have a request. If we could see the prices on the board. Say it is a little dark out there, but I'm sure we can get that done for you. But Jeff Nicesonger and Mark Winters, so far they are the only ones to double up in their respective training and driving aspects. But we're going to flip the page. We are now official for the 8th, so
I'm flipping my page.
Okay. And so we are going to go into race 9, the 3rd and final division for 2-year-old Colt Pacers. Moving back out to a field of 6. Join us back here as we introduce this field after a couple of messages from our sponsors.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at thestable.ca.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 13th.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC oil. It makes a world of difference.
Tom, looking past our backside, it is dark.
Very dark.
So our track here does butt up to a cornfield. We got some nice shots of that when our sun was still up.
It's corn out there now? Or soy?
I don't know. There was a field.
Green,
There's a farm
that
field.
green stuff.
Would you believe me if I said I have a degree in agriculture?
The green stuff. You know, amazingly, I pass by a lot of cornfields now. They're all they're dried up and brown.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was driving actually in here. I was realizing how quickly our corn is turning.
And
this is, for anybody who's not in Ohio or maybe not familiar with what Tom and I are referring to, this is early for corn to be turning and starting to look towards harvest.
And they are short. Mm-hmm. They're not as tall as that. We haven't had that much rain. Frank had plenty of rain this summer.
Up north, he did. That is true.
He was like that cloud following him. But we have not had that much rain. It's been nice weather. I mean, when I talk about rain, like a downpour, we've had brief showers, but hadn't had a real good soaking. But, yeah, and growing up back east, I was not agricultural, but down I'm learning. I looked about corn and soy and what they yield and produce and like that. It's soy is a more you get more money out of soy per bushel, price-wise, but corn you get more bushels, so they basically even out. So, and they have to rotate crops. Mm-hmm. They have to do the corn, and they're doing soy this year. All the cornfields that I went by, they're now soy fields. And because there's a little Mr. Green Jeans agriculture report.
But I mean, obviously, of course, all very important aspects to the entire agriculture industry that we do have here in Ohio. Harness racing, believe it or not, is one of them. And actually, honestly, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but the millions and billions of dollars that our industry alone, the horse industry, puts into the state is pretty astronomical, and very proud of it. But we're going to head into the 9th race, the 3rd and final division of 2-year-old Colt Pacers. This race is in memory of Billy and Mary Ann Wingfield. I do see Charlie Wingfield down there. I did not realize they must be local to here, Hardin County and Kenton. Charlie is one of...
I think about 4 miles away from here.
Okay. I'm going to say is it just 3 that he is he has an ownership, Wingfield Brothers.
Right. There's 3 brothers.
3 brothers in that. I say they had a handful of years ago. They had a really nice colt with Brian Brown, and I don't remember the name.
Had a jug winner, too. In fact, I believe it's Charlie's car has jug winner Florida plates, say jug winner.
Oh, how cool. How cool. But happy to see them here. Again, the 9th race in memory of Billy and Mary Ann Wingfield. And before we introduce the group, it looks like we are all out and actually going to head into a post parade. This is going to be a field of 6.
$23. Blanket in memory of Billy and Marianne Wingfield, a field of 6. And these are the horses. Number 1 is Tea by the Sea, driven by Colton Noble. Number 2, Suddenly Spatial, Kevin Wolf drives. Number 3, Bring on the Chase with Mark Winters Jr. Number 4, You Do It Dragon, Jeff Neisonger driving. The 5 is Aubach with Ronnie Gillespie. And number 6, Legendary Ride, Scott Cisco in the sulky.
Well, our post parade was a touch out of order, but why don't we go through them? Tom, would you like to introduce us to the one horse?
Number 1 is Tea by the Sea. 2-year-old gelding by Down by the Seaside out of Teapot, Hanover by Western Hanover. Mike Arnold trains for Brian Witt of Cedarville, Ohio. 10 starts this year, 5 wins, 1 second, 1 third, 13,000 of the card. Mark at Wilmington of 2-1. Last week at Van Wert, won a mile in 1:59. There's no ticket sold. If you watch the program, it says NTS. Colton Noble in the sulky. He is a 5th generation horseman now, 5 generations, all down by Xenia, Ohio. And this is shows a mile winning in 2.5, 2-1 at Lebanon. That's almost like a home track for him. This might be a change from Jeff Neisonger to Mike Arnold. So we'll see Colton Noble in the sulky, Tea by the Sea. Number 2 is
Suddenly Special. Kevin Wolf drives and trains. This is a 2-year-old colt by Western Vintage. Wolf Racing out of East Liberty, Ohio, does own. This has turned into a really nice little colt for Kevin. 9 has hit the board 9 times in 12 starts, earning almost $17,000 in those handful of starts, coming right off of a win at Richwood in 1:58.2. That was a new lifetime mark for this colt. I will say, at one time, just last year, was Suddenly Special was a purchase out of the Buckeye Classic sale for just $7,000.
And Kevin Wolf owns and trains and drove last week. It was a good mile from him. That was a happy winner's circle at Richwood. Number 3 is Bring on the Chase. Mark Winters Jr. trains for Candace Winters and Tanya Soye of Dry Ridge, Kentucky. Bring on the Chase is by Bring on the Beach out of Roan Camo by Western Spirit. This is a Roan gelding. This is his 2nd start. His first start was in a qualifier, and he went in 58 with the last quarter, 29-2. That was at Scioto. This last week was on the 9th of August. He went in 2-1-2. So he's been off for a few weeks. Mark Winters is in the sulky.
Mark Winters Jr., yes. But we are going to move in behind the gate, so let's finish out the last few. Jeff Neisonger back in the bike for Mark Winters for our 4-horse You Do It Dragon. Has hit the board 5 times in 8 starts. Looking a handful back, was a winner at Washington Courthouse in 2:02.2. Does show a mile in a Buckeye Stallion Series at Scioto in 1:55.4.
Number 5 is Aubach, a Racing Hill 2-year-old. Judy Farmersfield and Ronnie Gillespie in the sulky. No wins in 8 starts. Shows 58 in the card.
Rounding out the card, we have Legendary Ride. Scott Cisco for Jim Arledge Jr. has hit the board 7 of 7 starts. Shows a time in 2:01 flat back at Wilmington. Was a winner. So here we go. Here is a field of 6 for the 9th.
They're up and pacing. That's Tea by the Sea going right out to the front. Coming out in second is Suddenly Spatial. Suddenly Spatial. Kevin Wolf on the outside. Got to want the front end. Tea by the Sea on the inside. The battle's on early on as they head up the backside. On the outside, Suddenly Spatial clears to the front. Tea by the Sea next. Then it is You Do It Dragon. Racing next is Legendary Ride, followed by Aubach, and trailing the field, Bring on the Chase. Opening quarter, 28-3. Suddenly Spatial's paid the price, but has the front end for Kevin Wolf. Racing next, T by the Sea. Pacing third, You Do It Dragon. Fourth into the turn, Legendary Ride, Bach, and Bring On the Chase. Into the lane first time. They pass the stands. They come on over to the Hardin County Fair halfway point. And on top of the field, Kevin Wolf and Suddenly Spatial show the way. T by the Sea is second. Racing third, You Do It Dragon. Out and on the move on the outside. Here comes Legendary Ride. He's first up. Bach will pick up that cover. Bring On the Chase. Trails the field. 4 in, 2 out at the half. 59 and 3. Down the backside they go. Suddenly Spatial with the lead. T by the Sea. Racing next is Legendary Ride. The outside, Bach moving to the outside as they move into the turn. That is You Do It Dragon. Suddenly Spatial, the leader by 3. Legendary Ride second. Bach on the outside, You Do It Dragon. 129 and 2 with an eighth of a mile to pace. Suddenly Spatial has the lead. Opens up. He's there by 5, now 6, now 7. They're on their way home. It is all Suddenly Spatial and Kevin Wolf.
Ashley Daly.
Still waiting for that final time from Doug. However, suddenly, there we go, 159 and 1/5 for Suddenly Special, makes 2 in a row for that Colt, and 4 wins in 13 starts this season.
And last week, at Richwood, he put him on the front end, and he won easy, got him on the front end. It was challenging for the lead going up the quarter pole. We got the lead and just cut the mile. That horse likes the front end. Kevin Wolf likes the front end. He's a qualifying fair driver. He's how old? Get me my lights again.
I'm kind of glad you brought that up because it was interesting. Coming in front of the grandstand for the first time, we had Suddenly Special with Kevin Wolf, who is 55, leading, and sitting in the pocket behind him was Colt Noble, just 20 years old, and how drastically different their driving styles were. As far as, Kevin sitting up, kind of that more traditional, older style that we're familiar with, but Colton, the young blood that's coming in, laying pretty far back. So it was a little bit of an interesting comparison that I caught on to. But Suddenly Special has been such a nice horse, especially that was the fastest opening quarter we have seen tonight, 28 and 3, but it didn't phase this horse.
And he still came home 29 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, how great. Just a $7,000 purchase, and I'm sure Kevin, who owns, trains, and drives this horse, it just makes it that much better.
Has to be a happy man. Now, again, the wide range, I just looking at our 84-year-old Don McCurgan won the other day, 84 years old. And
Two-year-old Colt pace for $4,923. Number 2, Suddenly Spatial. The 2-year-old Bay Colt by Western Vintage out of the Jate Lobel mare. Love Power, 4th of the season. Wolf Racing Stable. East Liberty, Ohio owns Kevin Wolf, trains and drives the winner of the mile, 159 and 1. Blanketing this race in memory of Billy and Marianne Wingfield. Results are official. Number 1, T by the Sea, 5. 2, Suddenly Spatial, the winner. The 3, Bringing On the Chase, 6. 4, You Do It Dragon, 2. Number 5, Bach, 4. 6, Legendary Ride, 3. 159 and 1. 28 and 3. 59 and 3. 129 and 2. 516-243 on the bottom.
Suddenly Special is Suddenly Special.
And we do see the Levans actually in the winner's circle. And I just learned, I was just talking to Kevin the other day, he does work for the Levans, so that is why we see them out there. Kevin has his own, must be on the side, but there we go. The 4th lifetime win for Suddenly Special. And I guess, in a way, he's living up to his name.
Absolutely.
We are going to turn the page and head to the 10th race. The penultimate, the 3rd and final division of 2-year-old Colt Trotters, a purse of $4,472. Up next, we are scratched down to a short field of 4. We will introduce those after a couple of messages from our sponsors.
For over 100 years, the values at CoverLink Insurance have been clear. Do the right thing. These values have been at the forefront of what we do, and that will never change. At CoverLink Insurance, you're a person, not a policy. We're here to get you the right coverage: home, auto, business, and farm. CoverLink covers you, your family, and your business. Trusted advice and solutions to protect what matters most. Great service from great people. CoverLink Insurance.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a two-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzy, a son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
And we're back. Ashley and I were just kibitzing about the names, like Suddenly Special, very good name, he lives up to his name. Horse that did not live up to his name was Uncle Rat. Now, Uncle Rat, he made a very impressive mile, but when you name a horse, whether you get them from the sale, if they're young, as long as they have not been entered in a race, you can change the name to whatever you want to. I mean, if you buy a yearling, but once you put them in the race, enter them in the entry box, you cannot change the name. They are stuck with that name for life.
And I do believe it's 18 characters, right? That is what our racehorse names are limited to.
Yes.
And that can include spaces. You don't have to. We've seen plenty of 18 letters that are just all pushed together.
Well, Three Margarita.
Yes, that's a good example. Three Margarita Shot, who was a winner earlier, has no spaces because they wanted all those characters. With that, I mean, there does have to be approval. There is an approval process with name changes. A lot of trainers, owners included with that. There is a little bit of a stigma. It's bad luck if you change a name.
Absolutely.
Not everybody adheres to that. The Levans that we just saw in the winner's circle with Kevin Wolf after his win, they will change all of their names, whether they completely wipe and start with a new blank, but they always add L as a stable marker. So they have no superstitions whatsoever when it comes to name changes.
And as we said to Frank, horsemen and baseball players are so superstitious. They do not change. They keep the same. Do not change that towel.
Absolutely.
Put that same blanket on them. I don't want. And feed them exactly at 5 minutes to 5.
My dad was very superstitious. Very superstitious. Something that pops in my head, he would not allow anybody to braid manes. Manes, tails, foretops, do not braid. That was bad luck. Don't do it. And also, for the longest time, he would not buy collared horses, that's not just him. There are many trainers that have felt that way, maybe still do feel that way. But we finally got, a little bit of color. It was my mom. My mom wanted a red horse, and she got a red horse, and it turned out being a nice little horse for us. But lots of superstitions all over the board in our industry.
And before we only got a full horse race in this 10th, but I remember many years ago, Dennis and Tony, their fathers owned the horse, and they had the horse was making breaks. He was making breaks because he was sort of a little off and all that. Whoop. We'll have to skip that story. But I told him to ward off bad luck, you have to put red on the horse.
$472. Like in a memory of Bill Wingfield. Scratch the 2, cheer him on. Tim Deaton drives the 3, Bob's Dream. These are the horses. Number 1 is Sweet Harmony, the driver Ronnie Gillespie. Number 2 is scratched. Number 3, Bob's Dream with driver Tim Deaton. 4, Oh Mickey, Jeff Neisonger, the driver. And number 5, Skyway Slick, Jason Beatty in the sulky. Win place, exacta, trifecta, 3 minutes.
But just to make a long story even longer, so when I told them that you have to put some red, like a piece of red tape around the foretop, or so the next race they came out, they had red tape, red ribbons, red, and the driver says, "Get that stuff off of them." You know, it was just overboard, but it's just funny. Superstitions are superstitions. Let's start out with our number 1 with Sweet Harmony. Ronnie Gillespie trains and drives for Anthony Miller of Dundee, Ohio. This is a new, no, this is not the one. This is a 2-year-old by Uncle Peter out of Oh Sweet Baby by Angus Hall. 10 starts, 6 win, $31,362. A market for Scioto of 158. Does make a couple of miscues. When it stays flat, he can trot. His last time out at Van Wert, he win by 14 in 2 minutes and a fifth, last quarter 30 seconds flat. Number 2 is scratched. Number 3.
Number 3, Bob's Dream. Tim Deaton now in the bike for trainer Devin Miller. Devin also does own this 2-year-old gelding by, and away we go. Last start out at Richwood, did have a 3rd place finish. Austin Hanners normally in the bike went that mile at Richwood in at 2:04.1. This is a gelding that when he stays flat, he can get it done. However, his lines do show a handful of breaks. In 9 lifetime starts, he has hit the board with only 2 third-place finishes, so plenty of room for improvement, and he can do that here tonight. $3,800 made lifetime.
And instantly, those are not breaks. They're more like the jumping jacks that the games that they play. They're just sprinkled all over the place, yeah. But number 5 is Skyway Slick. This is a long Tom.
Number 4, Tom.
Number 4,
is where
excuse
we'd
me.
be.
You scratched somebody, didn't we? Number 4 is Old Mickey. Jeff Neisonger, train and drive for Johnny Stant, Benson Roth, and Neisonger stable. This 2-year-old gelding by Long Tom, out of Mickey Levesque by Master Levesque. 10 starts, 3 wins, 3 seconds, 2/3. That's 8 times on the 10 starts on the board. And 205-1 in Lima, but only shows 1 break. So Old Mickey's kind of steady, and it has Jeff Neisonger into sulky. Number 5.
Number 5, and rounding out the field is Skyway Slick. Jason Beatty in the bike for Bobby Joe Brewer. This is a brown colt by Long Tom, owned by Michelle Herman of Xenia and Matthew Kistler of Dickinson, North Dakota. Just 3 lifetime starts, so one that has been pretty lightly raced. As here as a 2-year-old. 1 win that did come back at Washington Courthouse July 17th in 2:04 flat. Shows a final quarter in 26-2. Also did have a 3rd place finish that came very last start at Findlay in 2:04.1. $7,000 made lifetime for this colt. Last year he was a $27,000 purchase out of the Buckeye Classic sale.
We have to give a shout out to North Dakota. That's up there. That must be winter up there by now. It does get cold. But that's the field. This is the 10th. This is next to last. As you say, the
penultimate. That is a Roger Houston thing. And somebody, I can't remember, Roger told me the story. When he was working at the Meadows, he picked that up from somebody out there. So really all it means is next, the one before the final. But this race is in memory of Bill Wingfield, the 3rd division of 2-year-old Colt trotter. Scratched down to a field of 4.
As they move through the darkness.
From the rail out, we have Sweet Harmony, Bob's Dream, Oh Mickey, and Skyway Slick.
And currently, it looks like between the 1, who is 1 to 5.
1 to 9.
1 to 9. Ooh, Sweet Harmony.
And our second choice is the 4-horse, Oh Mickey, sitting at 7-2.
At 1-9, and she shows some breaks. I don't want to give any bad luck, but I'd be a little cautious. Here's our Doug Ballinger.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters.
They're off and trotting, going right out for the lead on the outside. Skyway Slick to the inside. Sweet Harmony. They race around the turn. Sweet Harmony on the inside. Skyway Slicks now will take that 2-hole trip. Oh, Mickey is next, and Bob's Dream trails the field. Down the backside they trot. Ronnie Gillespie, Sweet Harmony lead the way. They lead it by 3 lengths. Racing second is Skyway Slick. Trotting third, Oh Mickey, and trailing the field, Bob's Dream. By the quarter and an even 30 seconds. Sweet Harmony shows the way. Second is Skyway Slick. Third, Oh Mickey, trailing Bob's Dream. Straight alignment as they trot on over to the 3-8. Sweet Harmony, Ronnie Gillespie. Looking for season's win number 7. Skyway Slick is second. Oh Mickey is third. Bob's Dream fourth. Passing the stands first time. They come to the half. The leader at the half, Sweet Harmony by 4. Skyway Slick is next, then at some 6 back to Oh Mickey, and Bob's Dream trails the field. Half in a minute flat to the 5/8 they trot. Sweet Harmony the leader. Skyway Slick is next, racing third. Oh Mickey, Bob's Dream trails the field. Down the backside of the 3/4 they trot. Sweet Harmony has the lead. Skyway Slick is second. Trotting third, Oh Mickey. Bob's Dream trails the field. Midpoint of the backside. Sweet Harmony the leader. Skyway Slick right there second. Oh Mickey third. Bob's Dream trails the field. Into the far turn. Sweet Harmony has the field of trotters by 3/4 in 1:30 with an 1/8 of a mile to trot. Sweet Harmony and Ronnie Gillespie. Skyway Slick. Oh Mickey. Bob's Dream trails the field. Coming to the wire. Sweet Harmony. Ronnie Gillespie's second on the card.
Our field spread out quite a bit for race 10. Looks like we have still one more to come across the wire. Waiting on that. There we go. There is our final mile time. 2 minutes and 1/5 across the wire. I have unofficially 1:5:43.
And that was a very nice rated mile by Mr. Gillespie. 30 seconds flat. I think they were down the half in a minute. 3/4 in 1:30, and just on cruise control, coming home in 30 and 1. 2 minutes and a 5th. That is Sweet Harmony's seventh win.
Seventh win. Tom, remind me to never go to the races and bet your picks. What did you say? Sweet Harmony did go off as the 1-9 favorite. And before that, you said, I don't know, make some breaks.
Well, you one thing, I had, when I used to be with a group of people at the races, and they would holler at me, where did you get that from? Who handicaps for you? But I says it makes some breaks. She didn't make no break that time.
Who were we talking to earlier that said they used to use my picks? Who stopped us when I was working for Dayton Raceway and right in front of us? Who were we talking to? Oh, my goodness. Listen, you're supposed to correct me every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, it was one of those guys that stopped by.
Glad somebody made some money off me at one point, but here we go. Here's Ron.
No, Mike doesn't bet.
Two-year-old Colt Trot. For $4,472, number 1, Sweet Harmony, the teal big go to the son of Uncle Peter. Out of the Agnes Hall mare, Sweet Baby, 7th of the season for Sweet Harmony, owned by Anthony Miller, Dundee, Ohio. Ronnie Gillespie trains and drives the winner of the mile, 2 minutes, 1/5. Blanket in this race in memory of Bill Wingfield. Results are official. Number 1, Sweet Harmony, the winner. 2 is Scratch, 3 Bob's Dream, 4. The 4, Oh Mickey, 3. 5 Skyway Slick, 2. 2 minutes, 1/5, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 1:30 for 3/4. 1 scratch, 4, 3, 2 on the bottom.
There we see the Wingfield family back in the winner's circle. This race in memory of Bill Wingfield. 2 minutes and 1/5 for Sweet Harmony, trained and driven by Ron Gillespie. This has turned into a pretty nice goal for Gillespie. He's got a handle on trotters. We can say that and finish the 10th race with that comment right there. Tom, we have reached the end.
The end is near, and so it faces final curtain.
And so with that, what that means is the 11th and oh my goodness, the 11th. This is what happens when I work with you late at night. None of us can stay on track. But what that means is the 11th and final is up next. We do have a field of 6 for the 3-year-old Colt Pacers, the 3rd and final division. Field of 6 will introduce to you after a few messages.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661. Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
Hi, I'm Dean Gillespie, and I want to tell you about the Ohio Colt Racing Association. There's 19 member fairs, and they sponsor the partial futurity in Greenville, Ohio. You need to race in the OCRA. Great racetracks, great people. Bring the kids and come out to the fair, and remember, fair time is fun time.
Thanks for tuning in all night long with myself, Ashley Daly, Frank Frost behind the camera, and of course, the one and only Tom Pye, the harness guy. It has been a pleasure all night long. Thanks for joining us and checking in along the way. We are now in the 11th and final race.
This is the 3-year-old Colt Pace, sponsored by the Wingfield Crop Insurance. This is the 3rd division. Nice horses in here, and if we'll start them off, might as well go with Ball of Terror is the one. That's a Deborah Swartz trainee. 3-year-old gelding by Weston Terror out of She's a Ball by Presidential Ball, another older breeding.
Sorry, Tom, I don't want to interrupt you. The She's a Ball, my parents trained her, the mare.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
How long ago was that?
When I was young. I was pretty young, probably still in elementary school. But I'll let you finish your thoughts.
Are we?
They are not all on the track yet.
Okay, well, we'll go. So this owned by Bradley Delaney of Wilmington, Ohio. 20 starts this year, 3 wins, 4 seconds, 3 thirds, $30,000. Mark of 153 and 4. It's a nice gelding by Western Terror. David Ward is in the sulky. Shows 2 wins, 2 starts back. Was paced in 58 and 2 both weeks. Finished 4th and 5th, but is got 34,000 lifetime. This is was bred by Brad Delaney of Ohio, owned and bred. So number 1, Ball of Terror with David Ward. Number 2 is
Naked at the Bar. Scott Sisko in the bike for Mike Paul Hamus. Naked at the Bar is owned by Golden Goose Stables of Cincinnati and Matt Rowe of Urbana. He is a Racing Hill gelding, has hit the board 10 of 17 seasonal starts, most recently coming off a second place finish at Findlay. However, do want to mention at Greenville had a third place finish, showed that his mile going in 1:56.2. Last and only lifetime win, I will say, came back on July 17th at Washington Courthouse. Lifetime Naked at the Bar has made $32,000.
And number 3 is Racing Spirit, Mike Arnold trainee for Marion Budkey of Florence, South Carolina. Hey, South Carolina, how you doing? Hi, you. He's got 18 starts this year, 3 wins, 3 seconds, 3 thirds, 21,000 on his card, marking a qualifier at Miami Valley of 155-1. Colton Noble is in the sulky. This is election select yielding of 45,000. He shows 3 wins on his card. As of last week in a Buckeye Stallion Series, he paced in 54-1 last quarter and 28-4. And here they are for the post parade.
The field is 6. Number 1, Ball of Tear. David Ward drives. Number 2, Naked at the Bar with Scott Cisco. 3, Racing Spirit. Colton Noble drives. Alex Sock driving the 4, all lathered up. 5 is Dancing Scoot with Jason Beatty. And number 6 is Here's Popeye. Hank LeVan in the sulky. Win, place, show. Quinella Exacta trifecta. 3 minutes. 3 minutes to wager on the 11th and final.
So that's Racing Spirit and Colton Noble. And number 4 is...
All lathered up, Alex Hawk is going to be in the bike for Philip Groves. Groves does co-own alongside Myron Coaster of Sydney, Ohio. All lathered up is a lathered up gelding. Has hit the board 18 of 27 starts. I will say my program shows a line to be announced last start at Wauseon. I unfortunately missed that and didn't have time to look it up. Not sure if he was a winner.
I believe he won.
We do think he was a winner. All right, so we're going off of Tom. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. But
bad.
We do believe he was a winner at Wauseon, which would make all lathered up 4 in a row. Tonight would be 5. A lifetime, this horse has made $79,000. $41,000 has come as his sophomore year alone.
It's a good, nice mile. That's 4 in a row in Ohio. Number 5 is Dancing Scoot with a Kent Sanders and owned and bred 3-year-old by Dancing Yankee out of Robin Scoot by I Scoot Hanover. Will be driven by Roy Wilson. And 19 starts, no wins, no seconds, no and 2 thirds, 3,600 on the card. Does show 56-2 last week at Scioto. Finished 7th place 6th. Does show some good miles, just has not been hitting the board. Lifetime 33 starts, 14,000. That's number 5, Dancing Scoot with Roy Wilson. Number 6 is.
Frank, do you want it?
No, take it.
Oh,
I had something else.
Okay.
So go ahead.
The 6 horse, Here's Popeye, Hank LeVan in the bike for Jessica McCowan. This is a 3-year-old gelding by Bit of a Legend in 2 starts back at Scioto Down. Did start in a Buckeye Stallion Series. Had a 3rd place finish in 152-1. Has made $62,000 lifetime.
The announcement from Doug was that the last race was a new record for 2-year-old Colt trotters. Sweet Harmony in 2 minutes and a 5th. That came from the speed superintendent. We did not have that one, so just wanted to let everybody know about that. So let's send it up to Doug Ballinger.
All in behind the Mike Wepkenberg starting gate. Here they come. They're off them, pacing, going right out for the lead as the field moves into the turn. That's the 3, Racing Spirit. To race around the turn, Naked at the Bar on the outside. Ball of Tear, all lathered up, finds a spot 4th. 5th, Here's Popeye, and trailing the field down the backside. Dancing Scoot going over the opening quarter. Top of the field, Racing Spirit shows the way. Ball of Tear 2nd. 3rd, Naked at the Bar. 4th is all lathered up. Racing 5th. Dancing Scoot, Here's Popeye trailing the field. Field is covered by 7 to 8 lengths to an opening quarter and 28 3/5. Round the turn to the 3/8 they go. Racing Spirit, Colton Noble show the way. 2-hole trip, the Ball of Terror, David Ward. Third, Naked at the Bar. Fourth, All Lathered Up. Fifth, Dancing Scoot. Sixth is Here's Popeye. Still in straight alignment as they come on over to the Hardin County Fair half. On the front end at the half, Colton Noble, Racing Spirit. Ball of Terror is next as they race into the turn. Racing third, Naked at the Bar. Fourth, All Lathered Up. Fifth, Dancing Scoot. Here's Popeye. Halfway home in 58 seconds. Down the backside they go. Racing Spirit, the leader. Ball of Terror, second. Naked at the Bar on the outside, third. All Lathered Up right there, fourth. Here comes, here's Popeye to the outside. Down the backside they go with the lead. Ball of Terror. Up the inside, All Lathered Up will need room to his outside as they move into the turn. Round the turn, Naked at the Bar, 3/4, 127. Little better than 1/8 of a mile to pace. Up on the outside, Ball of Terror, Racing Spirit, Ball of Terror on the outside. Racing Spirit, All Lathered Up on the inside, needs room. Through the lane they come, coming to the line, Ball of Terror.
Unofficially, 1-4-6-3 is 157-1. Very nice mile to close us out here at the Hardin County Fair in Kenton.
And I believe that'll be a nice ticket. I think he's 13-1.
You are correct. I'm going to say the very heavy favorite at 1-9 was All Lathered Up. I will say Alex drove him, All Lathered Up, I will say, drove him very differently than what he has been. Alex usually likes to leave the gate with a lot of speed and try to stay on the front and win from the front, but maybe just a different tactic, maybe to teach the horse something. He was not flushed with cover coming in front of the grandstand for the first time, which I was a little surprised about, but still very nice mile for All Lathered Up. He did get up for second, but Ball of Terror.
Well, the Racing Spirit, Colton Noble, cut that mile. He wanted that. He was just like his dad, took the top and just kept on trucking. Well rated, 28-3, 29-3/2 and 58. And third quarter, 29 seconds, and down 3/4, 127. Came home in 30-1. A good mile, 157-1. Another great mile, another great night. It was a fantastic night of racing.
Always is. A Ball of Terror, though, is going to be coming back in front of the grandstand. This makes for the 4th win of the season in 21 starts. Ups the seasonal earnings to about $32,000. Depp Schwartz is trained, bred, and owned by Brad Delaney of Wilmington. David Ward gets his first driving win of the evening.
Blanket by the Wingfield Crop Insurance.
3-0 Colt pace for $4,657. Sponsored by Wingfield Crop Insurance. Number 1, Ball of Terror. 3-0 Big Gullet, son of Western Terror, out of the Presidential Ball mare. She's a ball, 4th of the season. Bradley Delaney, Wilmington, Ohio owns. Deborah Swartz trains. David Ward drives the winner, 157, 1/5 for Ball of Terror. Here's the way they finished. The 1, Ball of Terror, the winner. 2, Naked at the Bar, 5. 3, Racing Spirit, 4. The 4, All Lathered Up, 2. 5, Dancing Scoot, 6. The 6, Here's Popeye, 3. 157-1. 28-3, 58, 127. 154-263 on the bottom. Well, that wraps it up for the harness racing season here.
So there we go, Tom. We have put another day has come to a close.
Very good. They for a farewell present, he paid $29.40, and thank you very much. It was Ball of Terror. Ashley, what a great day, great night. Frank, as well. He just a good night, no problems. The Both fans are going by saying good night. So, Ashley, you want to wrap her up and say good night for us?
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in as always. Join us tomorrow at McConnellsville. Frank, that is where you will be. But on behalf of all of OHHA, Frank Frost behind the camera, myself, Ashley Daly, and Tom Pye, have a great evening, and we hope to see you at a racetrack real soon.
Shite.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing has been presented by Midland Acres, thestable.ca, Dublin Valley Farms, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, and the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.